your local Hyundai dealer.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching the Yes Network, the home of champions.
Welcome to a very hot Kansas City, Missouri. The heat here rivals that we saw in Texas. Now, right off the bat, we're going to check out the standings in the American League Eastern Division. The Boston Red Sox lost this afternoon and currently stand 5.5 games behind the New York Yankees, and the Rays are off tonight. The Yankees have a chance to make it 2 over the Rays and 6 over the Red Sox with a win. Plenty of Yankee fans will be on hand here at Kauffman Stadium to see CC Sabathia. He will be the pitcher in the opening game of this 4-game series. As tonight, the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's going to be the world champion New York Yankees against the Kansas City Royals in Game 1 of a 4-game series. Hi, everybody. Ken Singleton along with John Flaherty. Thanks for watching the Yankees on Yes. Now, last night in Texas, the Yankees had a stirring comeback. They scored 6 times in the last 4 innings to edge out the Texas Rangers by a score of 7-6. And now the schedule flash turns to their favor.
Yeah, the Yankees got through the tough part facing the Rays, Red Sox, and the Texas Rangers. But you look at the next 11 straight games, teams under 500, 32 of their last 38 teams over 500. They've done a nice job against both the good clubs and the second division clubs, 29-12 against teams under 500. But certainly they would like to take care of business the next 11 games.
Let's check out our New York Lottery pitching matchup for this evening. CC Sabathia will be on the mound for the Yankees, looking for win number 15 on the year. He's got an excellent earned run average of 3.14. Bruce Chen, the veteran, gets a start for the Royals. He's 7-5 with a 4.44 ERA. Let's check out CC's last start.
Well, CC was outstanding his last start against the Boston Red Sox, picking up a win in that ball game. Win number 14. He only struck out 4 in that ball game, but he went 8 innings, gave up 6 hits, only 2 earned runs, and he pitched like the ace that the Yankees are used to. Obviously getting some help from his defense, Mark Teixeira making that double play look easy.
Let's check out his recent numbers overall. CC 10-2 in his last 13 starts, 2.38 ERA. That is excellent. Opponent's batting average is 244. 33 walks, 77 strikeouts, and 14 wins this second, tied for second most in the American League. CC, he's a handful when he's on the mound. Speaking of a handful, back in the lineup tonight is Mark Teixeira. He and his wife Lee, well, they celebrated the birth of their second son. But to be batting third and playing first base for the Yankees tonight, we'll talk about Tex when we come back.
Jaguar Platinum coverage is not just a warranty. It's a belief in everything we do. It's a 5-year, 50,000-mile promise with complimentary scheduled maintenance, no-cost replacement of wear and tear items, and 24/7 roadside assistance. Because when you create the most beautiful, fast cars on Earth, you create an ownership experience to match. Jaguar's best-in-class Platinum coverage is included on all 2011 Jaguars. See your local Jaguar dealer for details.
Bob's a little PO'd. New family moved in down the block from San Fran, and they got NFL Sunday ticket to watch them 49ers every week. But that's no excuse not to be neighborly. I brought him over a party platter this morning.
You're very tolerant, Lorraine.
Watch your favorite team wherever you live. Upgrade to NFL Sunday ticket today.
Diabetes scared me to death. There's so much to learn. I just shut down. But Liberty walked me through it all. Like when I test at night or after I eat. Makes a big difference.
When it comes to your diabetes supplies, quality and reliability are important. That's why Liberty offers the Accu-Check Aviva meter. And it's the only meter and strip combination manufactured in the USA. If you're over 65, have diabetes, and are on Medicare, call now and we'll send you a free meter. It offers alternate site testing, so you can test on your arm. No more pricking your fingers, so it's less painful.
It makes a big difference.
And to make it even less painful, the cost of your diabetes testing supplies may be covered by Medicare. Join over 1 million others who have chosen Liberty Medical. Call now and receive a free Accu-Check Aviva meter. Plus, for a limited time, get a free cookbook when you join.
Call 1-800-273-9135. 1-800-273-9135.
Welcome back to Kansas City, and tonight Mark Teixeira returns to the lineup for the New York Yankees, and Flash, they are very happy to have him back.
Well, the New York Yankees are happy to have Mark Teixeira back. A few days off for the birth of his son, but he has been on a power surge lately. 26 home runs on the year, 85 RBIs, and that batting average starting to creep up right at 259 right now. Mark Teixeira carrying the load offensively.
Well, since August 2nd, that's 7 ball games. He's hit 300, 5 home runs, 11 runs batted in. You can see the slugging percentage. And his career against Bruce Chen, who's pitching tonight for the Royals, 643, 9 for 14 with 6 home runs. And manager Joe Girardi is very happy to have his number 3 hitter back in the lineup.
Oh, he's a big part of our lineup, and his production the last 2 months has been incredible for us. He's the guy that hit third, but I got to tell you, Marcus did a good job in that spot, and Marcus, kind of picked up where Mark had left off, and you get them both in there now, it's even better.
Well, some other Yankees been playing well of late. Derek Jeter had a big night last night in Texas. 3 hits, helped the Yankees with a comeback victory. CC Sabathia gets the start for the Yankees tonight. He's beaten the Royals once already this season. It's coming up next on Yes.
The 2009 New York Yankees are world champions.
Yankees fans, there are still great full-season plant locations available at the stadium in our Champion Suite. Champions get you close to the action and includes complimentary all-inclusive food and beverages, plus postseason ticket options. For information, call 718-508-3955. Email champions@yankees.com or visit yankees.com/champions. Come home to Yankee Stadium, the home of champions.
Jeter? The guy's got an edge.
Derek Jeter?
That guy's got an edge.
Oh, definitely an edge.
He's got an edge. Totally.
Porque él tiene un edge. Jeter, you know he's got an edge.
He so has an edge.
He's got an edge, baby.
And I got it with this cool panoramic Vista roof.
Now current competitive lessees can get an Edge all-wheel drive SEL for $229 a month, just $229.
Unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it.
Only at your Tri-State Ford dealer.
I say, hey, I'll be gone today, but I'll be back all around the way. Seems like everywhere I go, the more I see, the less I know. But I know one thing, that I love you. I say, hey, I'll be gone today, but I'll be back all around the way.
Blue 45, let's go! Let's go! Come on, let's go!
Check out Sports Authority on Facebook for the Under Armour football sweepstakes.
Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Domino's. Order an inspired Domino's pizza at Domino's.com and track it all the way to your front door with Domino's Tracker. By Raymore and Flanagan Furniture, furnishing your style with a guaranteed delivery of 3 days or less. And by IOTV. IOTV offers you incredible HD picture and sound. HD is free with IOTV. Well, the left-hander Bruce Chen is on the mound here to start this 4-game series for the Kansas City Royals. He'll be facing this New York Yankee lineup presented by Lexus. At the very top is the captain, Derek Jeter. He'll be leading off. Nick Swisher will be in right field. Mark Teixeira back in the lineup. He'll bat third, be at first base. A-Rod will clean up. He'll be at third. Robinson Cano will be at second base. And the designated hitter, Lee Marcus Thames. Austin Kearns in left. Curtis Granderson in center. And Francisco Cervelli does the catching, and he will bat ninth.
Well, that New York Yankee lineup going to go to work against 33-year-old left-hander, well-traveled Bruce Chen. We'll take a look at his numbers on the year. Be his 14th start, an ERA of 4.44, only 80 hits in 81 innings, not too bad. We'll take a look at our scouting report. And he's coming off a good game against the Seattle Mariners. 7 innings, 3 hits, only 1 earned run. And you'll notice his arm angle a little bit lower now later on in his career. He used to be more over the top. Now he's a little three-quarters. And he's probably not happy that Mark Teixeira is back in the lineup. 6 home runs and a batting average of .643 in his career against Bruce Chen.
Bruce Chen lost to the Yankees earlier this year. He was matched up against CC Sabathia at Yankee Stadium on July 22nd. Ball game the Yankees won by a score of 10-4. Chen is 1-4 in his career against New York. It is time for baseball. And the first pitch misses just a little outside for ball 1. Looking at the season numbers for Derek Jeter, hitting an even .280. He was 3 for 9 in the Texas series. And the next pitch is poured in there for a strike, and the count is 1-1. Derek currently second in the American League in runs scored with 82, and Joe Girardi. That's a part of the pregame ceremony as Derek fouls one off. All teams have a way of trying to get themselves all fired up for a ball game, and a little punch to the chest that'll get you going.
Well, I'll tell you what, last night's win will get you fired up as a team. Down 5 runs to Cliff Lee, the #1 starter for the Rangers, finding a way to come back. Some players around that clubhouse saying that was the biggest win of the year for the Yankees last night in Texas.
Will enable the Yankees to split that series with Texas at 1 apiece. Jeter swings and fouls another one over the Royals dugout and back into the seats. Count holds at 1-2 strikes.
Get a little scouting report on Bruce Chen. His velocity is only going to be mid-80s. A little curveball, slider, and a changeup.
Bouncing ball is short for Betancourt. He has it on a good hop, and a throw to Butler at first is in time for the first out of the ball game. Let's check out the Royals defense, brought to you by Mercedes. You saw Unieski Betancourt at shortstop. In the outfield from left to right, it's Gordon, Blanco, and Mayer. Bloomquist, Betancourt, Aviles, and Butler in the infield, and the veteran Jason Kendall behind the plate for Bruce Chen. Here's Nick Swisher. I was talking to Nick before the game. He said today's a new day. Nick struck out 4 times in last night's ball game. He went 0 for 5 with the 4 Ks. So he's starting to do this evening. And the first pitch is down low for ball 1. When you're an everyday player, Flash, you have a night like that, you just got to put it behind you.
Yeah, you look forward to another series, and if you're Nick Swisher, obviously you've had such a consistent year, probably easy to get it out of your head and look forward to Bruce Chen.
There's a pitch for a call strike. Now, even though Nick went 0 for 5 last night, momentum seemed to change in the ball game when he threw out Nelson Cruz at third base trying to advance. The Yankees turned it on from that point on. Pitch is hit hard, and he's got a base hit. Yes, it is a new day for Nick Swisher. There's the first hit of the ball game for the New York Yankees.
I would expect that to be the approach for the Yankees. If you get something hard, and hard for Chen is about mid-80s, you take it the other way. If you get a hanging curveball, something off speed, that's the pitch you're going to pull and possibly drive. Nice at bat for Nick Swisher.
Here's Mark Teixeira. Of course, he missed the 2 games in Texas. He and his wife Lee have a new son, William Charles. And Mark was holding court in the Yankee clubhouse prior to the game as he takes one up and in. Said William Charles weighed in at 8 pounds and 7 ounces.
Big boy.
Yeah, he's going to have some power like his daddy. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that is inside, ball 2. Teixeira missed the 2 games, but he has a 7-game hitting streak intact as he returns to the lineup tonight. There's a pitch for a call strike, and it's 2-1.
Kenny, how about those numbers against Chen for Mark Teixeira? 643 with 6 home runs. That makes you get on a plane and fly to Kansas City.
Get up early in the morning. There's a pitch down low, ball 3. In fact, Mark said that he drove his wife Lee home along with the baby and then headed for the airport. And here's a hitter's count, 3 balls and a strike.
Yeah, you'd be surprised if Chen would really challenge Mark Teixeira here. Probably go with something off speed, down and away.
Pitch is fouled back. He has a good swing at it. The count is now full at 3-2.
Give Chen a little credit. Came right at Mark Teixeira with a fastball. We just talked about the numbers. I'm sure Chen knows about the history, but not intimidated. Came right at Mark Teixeira, and he just fouled it off.
Teixeira, the only player in the major leagues, 88. He's got 83 runs scored and 85 runs batted in. The throw to first, and they have Swisher picked off. Butler has it, and he will make the tag. So Swisher made his move too soon. On a 3-2 pitch, you got to make sure that the ball is delivered to the plate.
Yeah, you're 100% right, Kenny. And Chen does have a good move. He will pick some runners off, but it's inexcusable if you're Nick Swisher. You're not trying to steal the base. You're going to take a look at the move here, looking towards home, stepping towards first, and he just gets Nick Swisher leaving a little bit too early. It's a situation where you're not trying to steal a base. You're just trying to get some movement on the base paths, and Nick Swisher gets caught.
3-2 pitch to Teixeira, and he hits it fair ball over the bag at third. Bloomquist with the long throw across the diamond, and it's in time. The Yankees pick up a hit, but nothing else against Bruce Chen. The Yankees do not score. The Royals are coming to the plate.
What's that saying?
Shut your eyes.
High life light here. Get your high life light.
Are they really trying to serve the High Life Light here?
This is the home of hoops and hockey. This is sacred ground.
Trampled upon by a canine beauty contest.
It's making me queasy.
High life light here. Get your high life light.
Should I handle it?
Handle it.
Handled.
Is that a portrait of the dog?
It's the end of the model year, and Nissan's laying it all on the line with bottom line offers on quality, safety, and value. Nissan's bottom line sales event. Lease Altima, just $199. Or Rogue, also just $199. See your tri-state Nissan dealer. Hurry, this event ends soon. And that's the bottom line.
Good crowd on hand here at Kauffman Stadium to see the first game of this 4-game series, and you're going to see one of the ace pitchers of the league, CC Sabathia, on the mound for the Yankees tonight. He'll be facing this Royals lineup presented by Lexus. Gregor Blanco will lead it off, recently coming over from the Braves. He'll be in center. The veteran Jason Kendall will do the catching. Billy Butler will be at first base, and Keila Ka'ahua will be at the designated hitter, and he will bat fourth. Yunieski Betancourt, they don't get any easier. He'll be the shortstop. Alex Gordon will be in left field. Mike Aviles at second. Mitch Meyer will be in right field, and Willie Bloomquist will bat ninth. He'll be at third base.
Kansas City Royals are going to go to work against CC Sabathia, #1 starter for the New York Yankees, coming off a great start his last outing against the Boston Red Sox. We'll take a look at his numbers on the year, and they are impressive. 14-5, an ERA of 3.14, only 56 walks in 166 innings. Take a look at our scouting report. You have to guard against this being a trap game. You pitched your last outing against the Red Sox, the rivalry. Come here to Kansas City, could be a letdown. We'll see if that happens. And second best in the American League with 14 wins, and probably a good matchup for CC. Royals very aggressive, swing the bats early, and do not walk a lot.
CC's beaten them 16 times in his career, 16-10 against Kansas City. Here's the pitch to Blanco. Fakes the bunt, takes a pitch in there for a called strike. Rick Ankiel was traded to the Atlanta Braves. Blanco comes this way to Kansas City. Also, Kyle Farnsworth, the former Yankee, went to the Atlanta Braves in that deal. Blanco has a world of speed, chokes up on the bat, and tried to check a swing, but he foul-tipped it into the glove of Cervelli, and it's no balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Kenny, be an opportunity to see some young players here. Blanco going to get an opportunity to play some center field. First thing you notice, you mentioned it, choking up on the bat. Looks like a true leadoff guy. Not a lot of power, just trying to put the ball in play.
Tried to get him to chase one upstairs. He wouldn't do it. And ball and 2 strikes. You don't see that very often nowadays.
It kind of jumped out at me.
You know, I think back in the days, Barry Bonds used to choke up a little, but I don't think Blanco has his power. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way, and it gets away from Cervelli, and the count will level at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Kenny, I talked about in that scouting report this being a possibility of a trap game for CC Sabathia and possibly the Yankees this series. I mean, you just came off a tough stretch. Rays, Red Sox, Rangers, all very good ball clubs. You come into Kansas City for a 4-game set. Could be a letdown weekend.
2-2 pitch is fouled off. I saw where you said trap game. You know, you're thinking football.
Oh, my mind's already on the New York Jets.
So what do you think about? I'll forget the defensive back. I heard enough about him.
Don't bring that
Yeah.
up.
CC deals. And it swung on and missed. Strike three. Blanco is out of there. So CC picks up his first strikeout. Let's check out the rest of the Yankees defense, brought to you by Mercedes. In the outfield, Austin Kearns will be in left. Curtis Granderson in center. Nick Swisher will be in right field. Alex Rodriguez at third. Derek Jeter in short. Robinson Cano at second. Mark Teixeira at first. And the Cisco Kid, Francisco Cervelli, does the catching for CC Sabathia. Here's the veteran, Jason Kendall. Seems like he catches every day. He takes a pitch for a call strike. In fact, recently he caught his 2,000th game. That's a lot of squat.
2,000?
2,000th game. The fifth catcher to get to 2,000 games. The 0-1 pitch. And it's hit hard, a one hopper, and it's by Jeter and into left field. Kearns will get it back in. And we'll see how they score that. I think that's going to be a base hit because it was hit pretty hard.
2,000 games behind the plate, and he can still swing the bat. Jason Kendall, not a lot of power, but he gives you productive at bats. It's this ball right on the nose, right past Derek Jeter, and it will be a base hit.
Now, I'm going to ask you as a former catcher, what would you have been like if you caught 2,000 games?
I'd be like I am right now. Wouldn't be able to move. I caught 1,000 games in the big leagues, just over that, and I thought that was a nice accomplishment. 2,000.
Here's Billy Butler having himself a pretty good year. Hitting at .309 with 10 home runs and 55 runs batted in. He's got a 6-game hitting streak. Runner at first with one out, and Butler takes a pitch outside for ball one. With Jose Guillen being released by the Royals, I think Butler takes over as their main power threat.
Yeah, they only have 75 home runs as a club, and that's 12th in the league, so not a lot of power through this lineup.
Next pitch is high for ball two.
And if you're CC, you don't have to worry about a lot of stolen bases. Only 73. That's 7th in the league. And you see the numbers for Butler against CC, pretty impressive. 360.
Butler leads the league in one category. I think he wouldn't want to. He leads the league in hitting into double plays. He's grounded into 24 double plays. 2-1 pitch, and he fouls it down the right field line. This is going to be a souvenir.
Kenny, I was looking forward to seeing Butler here with a .309 average. Kind of simplified his stance a little bit.
Let's take a look at the game time weather conditions presented by Bigelow Tea. Yeah, we told you it's hot here in Kansas City. 95 degrees, feels like 107. And a wind southeast of 7 miles per hour and hot and humid. The temperature actually has cooled down a bit this afternoon in this area. Several spots were in triple digits. And still the heat index was 107. That's what it feels like. CC with the long hold. The pitch is delivered and hit well in the air to center field. Coming on is Granderson. He is there and will make the catch for out number 2. Maybe not hit so well off the end of the bat by Butler, and they're 2 down.
Yeah, the first changeup that we have seen from CC Sabathia had Butler out in front a little bit.
And now
take a look at the changeup in a hitter's count. A little slide step too. Changeup is up in the zone, but it's soft enough that Butler is out in front right off the end of the bat. An easy play for Curtis Granderson.
And that'll bring up Keila Keaiahua. It'll be your turn next.
Keaiahua.
Keaiahua. He's from Hawaii. And he takes a pitch for a call strike, and he's recently called up for the big leagues.
He's going with a little choke up on the bat as well. See a good sized kid, 6'3", 221. And watch him in batting practice, Kenny. He has some serious pop. And obviously the batting average not impressive at this point in the year, but he's got some thunder.
We should stay with KK. Pitch is a broken bat looper towards center field. Looks like this is going to fall in. Granderson plays it on a hop. Kendall will advance to second, and that's it. So Keaiahua has himself a base hit. He's coming off a rough road trip, as are the whole Royal Ball Club. He was 2 for 25 on the trip, but he's 1 for 1 now here at home.
He'll sacrifice the bat for a base hit. Shatters. It looked like a fastball in on his hand. Cervelli setting up in. And And he gets jammed, but big, strong, able to muscle it into center field for a base hit.
Yunieski Betancourt batting in the 5th spot. And he takes a breaking ball high for ball 1. Betancourt had a good road trip. He's hit 8 for 20 on the trip. He and Alex Gordon had the 2 best road trips as far as swing the bat concerned for these Royals. The Royals only hit .203 on a 9-game road trip and scored just 17 runs. Less than 2 per game. Pitch is hit in the inner center field for Granderson, who's going back now. He's there, makes the catch, and the Royals will leave 2 men on base against CC Sabathia in the 1st inning. It's on to the 2nd. No score here in Kansas City.
Diabetes scared me to death. There's so much to learn. I just shut down. But Liberty walked me through it all. Like when I test at night or after I eat. Makes a big difference.
When it comes to your diabetes supplies, quality and reliability are important. That's why Liberty offers the AccuCheck Aviva meter. And it's the only meter and strip combination manufactured in the USA. If you're over 65, have diabetes, and are on Medicare, call now and we'll send you a free meter. It offers alternate site testing, so you can test on your arm. No more pricking your fingers, so it's less painful.
It makes a big difference.
And to make it even less painful, the cost of your diabetes testing supplies may be covered by Medicare. Join over 1 million others who have chosen Liberty Medical. Call now and receive a free AccuCheck Aviva meter. Plus, for a limited time, get a free cookbook when you join.
Call 1-800-273-9135. 1-800-273-9135.
Easy is a key that you don't have to turn. Easy is a lift gate that doesn't require lifting. Easy is turning room for 4 into room for 7. Easy is a rear view in front of you. The engineers at GMC designed the 2010 Acadia to make it easy. Good news, it worked.
It's the GMC Summer Event. Get the best of the remaining 2010s and get an Acadia with 0% APR for 60 months or $2,000 cash back at your Tri-State Buick GMC deal.
Well, hey fans, it's time for the Toyota Text Poll. Tonight's question is, what was Marcus Thames' biggest hit of the season? Text your vote to 58772. We've got some choices for you. He's had some big ones in a limited role. Walk-off home run against the Red Sox, a walk-off single against Toronto, the go-ahead single against Texas. Standard text messaging rates apply. And Marcus will be batting 3rd this inning. The Alex Rodriguez, Robinson Cano, and then Marcus Thames. Bruce Chen in the 1st inning, 14 pitches through 9 strikes, but ball 1 to all 3 hitters as he faces A-Rod. And Alex is taken all the way, and it's in there for a call strike. A-Rod looked like he was trying to bunt, didn't it?
He was just trying to get a look at the first pitch, maybe square around. 90 RBIs and 18 home runs. I don't want him bunting.
Curveball is outside for a ball, and it's 1-1. He had his 90th run batted in last night's ball game. 601 career home runs. He had a home run in Texas. Was 2 for 9 in that series. Swung on and missed. And it's a ball and 2 strikes.
Kenny, I'm watching Bruce Chen here, and you know he's pitched in the American League East, used to pitch for the Orioles, and read some of his quotes today. He said, hey, this is a lineup you have to come right at. You can't pitch around too many of these guys, and he's been pretty aggressive early in this game.
1-2 pitch is hit high in the inner center field. Blanco drifting back. The wind is actually blowing from right towards left. That should help anything hit towards center and left field, but that's out number 1. There's a look at the flags. It's beyond the second year. This is the second year of renovation. They've done a great job here at Kauffman Stadium. You can see the flags out in deep right center. A lot of things for the fans to do here. Here's Cano. 3rd in the American League in hits with 143. And he's taking all the way, and that's in there for a call strike. Cano, as his custom has been, as you see, he's 4th in the American League in hitting. He's 2nd in the league in hitting on the road, 344 on the road. And he takes a pitch down low, and it's 1-1. And that's been the way it's gone primarily throughout his career, Flash.
Yeah, you know what's funny? The way Robbie Robinson just took that pitch right there. He's out on his front foot, and you almost notice it now because he's been so under control all year, not swinging at bad pitches.
That's inside ball 2. I mean, he's coming up on his career high in walks. And he's gained a lot of respect. He's been walked intentionally 11 times.
Yeah, if you think back to last year, I mean, he would swing at balls in the dirt. Balls over his head would be off balance. It's amazing you would notice one bad take because it really jumps out at you. He's been so consistent, so balanced this whole year.
3 balls and a strike. 1 out, nobody on, no score. There's Kevin Long, the hitting coach, who's worked extensively with a lot of these Yankee hitters. Kind of a crossfire, and there's another base on balls. Cano draws his 39th walk of the year. Now, he's never going to be Ted Williams to draw over 100, but for him, he is gaining on his career high. Here's Marcus Thames. In fact, he just tied his career high in walks, 39. Thames had a great series in Texas. As he hits a little broken bat, Avili's drifting back at second, will make the catch. Cano returns to first. I didn't get a chance to tell you that Thames was 5 for 10 in Texas. But each of his 5 outs were strikeouts.
Well, as a backup guy and a guy who's not going to get a lot of at bats, especially against righties. I mean, when you get your hits, you want them to be big ones. I don't think the strikeouts really bother you. And obviously came up with a couple of big hits in last night's win.
Here's Austin Kearns. Did some damage in Texas, 3 for 7. Scored a couple of runs. And he's taking all the way, and the pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Kearns getting the start in left field tonight. Brett Gardner not playing against the left-hander. Pitch is lined into left field for a base hit. Cano turns at second, will hold on there as Gordon gets the ball back in. And the Yankees have 2 on and 2 out as Austin Kearns comes up with a single.
Kearns looks like he's getting a little bit more comfortable in that Yankee uniform and in that clubhouse, and the at-bats are more productive. Look like he got a hanging changeup, maybe a little cutter that stays up. And again, just like Nick Swisher, when you get a hanging curveball, you pull that into left field, take the fastball to right.
Now here is Curtis Granderson, who's had a heck of a time lately just getting hits. He's been working with Kevin Long, the hitting coach, and now he's up in a clutch situation here in the 2nd inning. And he takes a pitch, and it's in there for a call strike. Curtis hasn't started the last few games. This is the 4th consecutive game the Yankees have faced a left-handed starting pitcher. Off-speed pitch, little looper towards center field. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Cano's rounding third, and he will score. And the Yankees take a 1-0 lead on a 2-out RBI single by Curtis Granderson.
That's got to feel good for Curtis Granderson and Kevin Long, the hitting instructor. Have been working the last couple of days on some new mechanics. And first at bat, Curtis Granderson gets an off-speed pitch away, just slaps it up the middle. What's nice about that, left on left. He hasn't been doing too well against lefties this year. It's got to make Kevin Long happy, a big smile on his face. And maybe the confidence level rises a little bit for Curtis Granderson with some of the adjustments he's making.
Number 9 hitter Francisco Cervelli will step in with 2 on and 2 out. Yankees have jumped out in front 1-0 here in the 2nd inning. Chen delivers, and it's low and away, ball 1. I was talking to Kevin Long on the way out here on the bus, the early bus today. The early bus, and I congratulated him. The Yankees' first team to get the 600 runs scored this year in the major leagues. The run they just scored was run number 603.
Did Kevin know about that?
No, he says he relies on me to tell him. Betancourt's up with it, flipped to second just in time to get Granderson. And that's going to do it for the Yankees. But they come up with a run on a couple of hits and a base on balls. 1-0 Yankees going to the bottom of the second.
The 2009 New York Yankees are world champions.
Come out to Yankee Stadium in 2010 to see the 27-time world champion New York Yankees in action. Don't miss Plush Whistle Night on Tuesday, August 17th when the Yankees play the Tigers. The first 18,000 fans in attendance will receive a plush Yankees whistle, courtesy of P.C. Richard & Son. In 2010, come home to Yankee Stadium, the home of champions.
Pepsi Max, please. Good song. Great song.
So, Pepsi Max has 0 calories, huh?
Yep.
How many calories?
0.
0?
0.
What are you doing?
YouTube.
Oh.
Pepsi Max. 0 calories. Maximum Pepsi taste.
Now's the time to get out there. Because at Jeep, we pledge to give you adventure. We pledge to show you more. We pledge to bring freedom within reach. And with our Pledge Plus program during the Jeep 10 event, we'll make your payments for 60 days when you finance a 2010 Liberty, Compass, or Patriot. And if you change your mind, bring it back. Now lease a rugged 2010 Jeep Wrangler Sport for just $259 a month for well-qualified lessees. I live, I ride, I am. Jeep.
Fans, IOTV offers you incredible HD picture and sound. HD is free with IOTV, the official HD service provider of Yankees baseball on Yes. And speaking of incredible picture and sound, let's go to Kim Jones, who's standing by near the Yankee dugout. Hi, Kim.
Hello, Kenny. That was nice of you.
Well, I guess the big news today is Andy Pettitte. What's going on with Andy?
It is indeed big news, Kenny. And Andy Pettitte scheduled to throw a simulated game today in Tampa. He did not. Why? Because yesterday, Andy Pettitte, according to Joe Girardi, was getting up from the couch and felt something in his left hip flexor. Now, it is the left groin that has landed Andy on the DL since just after the All-Star break. So, the simulated game for now has been pushed back till tomorrow. We will see if Andy can throw it then. If so, you figure he's okay, especially if he comes through it. Now, if he cannot, Joe Girardi said, guys, there's a chance he would then go for some tests, and they would find out exactly how big of a setback this is. But for now, Andy's return to the Yankees, which we could have forecast for a weekend from now, 2 weekends from now, I should say, about 10 days or so, is now at least 1 day pushed back.
Well, Kim, give me a level of Joe Girardi's concern, because the red flag for me is a hip flexor as opposed to the groin that he was battling.
Yeah, and Joe said, John, you know, whether it's related or not, he couldn't say. He said, I'm not telling you it is, but I can't tell you it isn't either. And I think it always stands to reason that somehow these things are generally connected in some way. I asked Joe about concern, disappointed. He's disappointed. He said, we want Andy back now, but we're going to be cautious. We want him for the long haul. And then he said they know a big setback could be another month or 6 weeks without Andy Pettitte. That's certainly not anything anyone from the Yankees wants to even think about.
Well, let's go from disappointment to elation. We just saw the look on Kevin Long's face when Curtis Granderson got that hit. What have they been doing?
Yeah, they've been in the cage a lot, Kenny. That part I can tell you. And Kevin Long working his tail off with Curtis Granderson. And Granderson told the media today, guys, hey, I tinker with my swing all the time. This is no big deal. But, John, I'd ask you, because I know you talked to Kevin Long today, it did look like he was a little quieter at the plate, especially before he even looked at taking a pitch.
No, you're right, Kim. And Kevin was talking about his upper body being real quiet, and you could see it a little bit in that at bat, and obviously he got a base hit. But it's funny, Curtis said it wasn't a big deal. Kevin Long rattled off like 4 or 5 things they're working on. But I think they got to be happy with the early indications with the results.
Yeah, and an RBI single is a real big deal, so they'll take that any day, as we all know.
Well, speaking of results, we saw it from Marcus Thames in Texas. You had a big series in the 3rd spot in the order. Now, Marcus Thames, I know you interviewed him last night. What was your feeling talking to him?
Well, first of all, he's a great story, and I know that it only matters if he produces, but he's also producing. And those 2 hits last night, Kenny, that were so important came against righties. There's a chance if Joe Girardi had his full complement, as Alex Gordon laces one nice catch there by Austin Kearns in left field, that Marcus Thames wouldn't have even been in the game that late. He would have pinch hit for him, perhaps, had Mark Teixeira been available, and the list goes on with Lance Berkman as well, a possibility. So Marcus Timms absolutely making the most of his opportunities, and you can tell he's happy about it. The Yankees are happy about it, and he's a guy that his teammates are really happy for.
When you look at his average overall, of course, you knew he was going to hit left-handers. 343 against lefties, but 289 against right-handers. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they were looking for at the trade deadline when some moves were made. Brian Cashman was asked specifically where Timms fit in. Cashman's response was Marcus Timms is doing exactly what we expected him to do and why we brought him here. He's mashing lefties, and as you mentioned, Kenny, he's doing okay against righties too.
Well, Kim, we want to thank you for the report. We have a beautiful stadium here, and I know during the course of this 4-game series, you'll be stationed all over this ballpark. Thanks.
I hope so. Thanks, Kenny.
Okay. That was Kim Jones, and we'll see Kim on the post-game show. She'll be covering what's going on in the clubhouse. Right here, it's the Yankees 1-0 over the Kansas City Royals. And Mike Aviles, a young man from New York, went to Concordia. He's up there with a 2-0 count against CC Sabathia. Aviles playing second base. He swings and a one-hopper knocked down by Teixeira. He recovers, dives for the bag, and gets the out. That is out number 2. Teixeira was out here early today taking ground balls, working on his game around the bag at first.
I'll tell you what, Mark Teixeira looked like a catcher over there, just blocking the ball off his chest, keeping it in front, and then he knows how much time he has. He fields it with his bare hand. The dive to first base for the out. Does a nice job, misses a couple of days, and Texas comes right back and makes his presence felt in the field.
So 2 up and 2 down, and Mitch Meyer will come to the plate, left-handed hitting outfielder. And he takes a pitch outside for ball 1. Those are the numbers on Meyer. Just a little bit high, and it's 2-0. We told you that CC had a start against these Royals. That was against Bruce Chen, July 22nd at Yankee Stadium. CC had 9 strikeouts in 6 1/3 innings. 2-0 pitch is hit high in the air to short left field. Kearns is there. This should be an easy 1-2-3 inning. Kearns has it, and the Royals go in order in the second. The Sheriff with the play at first. Now watch his glove hand. He almost gets stepped on. Well, he does. It's 1-0 Yankees.
27 championships, a new era, a new decade, dreams of a new dynasty, armed for a fight, loaded with power. Yankees, Royals. Complete coverage starts tomorrow at 7 with batting practice today, only on Yes.
Did you bring the camera phone?
I did.
Do you want to go first?
I've been waiting for this all day.
Okay, this is Fro and Stacy.
Introducing Chase Quick Deposit. Just photograph the front and back of your check using the Chase mobile app on your iPhone and hit send.
This is so cool.
This is so cool. You want to try it?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, it was nice.
Make a deposit from anywhere, anytime with your iPhone.
To Mr. and Mrs. Walker, why would they send my parents a check?
Chase what matters.
It's Sunday afternoon. Time for football on Verizon Fios. The NFL in 100% fiber optic HD quality. That's a good start. But what's this? I can check my fantasy stats without changing the channel and get an alert anytime my team enters the red zone, and then watch every red zone play on NFL Red Zone. Watch out, Couch. You've got competition as Daddy's favorite. It's time for Fios. Visit Verizon.com/Fios.
When you put everything you've got into it, have the accolades to prove it, the only thing left to do is share it. The Ram Tint Event. Drive one without a payment for 60 days. And if it doesn't do everything you ask it to do, bring it back. Ram.
Or in lieu of 60-day offers, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 bonus cash on Ram 1500.
We are back for the top of the third, and we are back to the top of the order. Derek Jeter, Nick Swisher, and Mark Teixeira. The Yankees lead 1-0 here in the third. Bruce Chen threw 2 innings, 30 pitches, 18 of those have been strikes. He misses with a changeup for ball 1 to Derek Jeter. Derek led off the ball game with a ground ball to shortstop.
Derek is one of those hitters who's hit Chen pretty well. He's 406 coming in against the lefty.
Fastball for a strike. And Derek's been swinging a hot bat lately. Had a good night last night in Texas. And what did he say, Ken? He had a couple of veteran hits in that game. Nice placement. Maybe that's a good sign for him. He's going to finish up strong.
I'll tell you what, the one with the infield in went over one over one Ranger and under another. Ground ball over Feliz's head and then under the glove of the second baseman Guzman. That's when you're living right. You get hits like that.
That's when you start thinking in your head it's going to be a good month and a half. But as he hits one to right field, it's going to slice foul. Take a look back. Derek Jeter has some history against Bruce Chen.
Well, this is a Yankee Stadium, and that's David DeJesus in center field as he's injured on the play, and Derek comes up with an inside the park home run. David DeJesus' season was over after that play. He had thumb surgery, and he'll be back next year.
It's a big loss for the Kansas City Royals. A good player, good center fielder from Rutgers in New Jersey.
And having a good year as well.
Derek has worked the count full against Bruce Chen. It'll be a 3-2, and he goes with the off-speed pitch, and it's a ground ball up the middle. Betancourt gets to it but can't make the play. It'll be an infield single for Derek Jeter to lead off the third.
Flash, there's another one of those veteran hits you were talking about. Just out of the range of Betancourt. He reaches for it. He's going to put some leather on it, but can't come up with it cleanly. Just out of his reach. An infield single for Derek. Or does that qualify as infield single? The ball actually got to the outfield.
Went to the outfield.
Yeah.
We'll pick up the paper tomorrow, and it's going to say a line drive to center field for Derek Jeter. He'll take it. The Yankees in business here starting off the third. It'll be Nick Swisher, who had a tough night last night in Texas, but having a good start to this game here. Base hit to left field, his first at bat. Hanging curveball that he deposited into left field.
Yeah, we talked about that. Swisher struck out 4 times last night, but the Yankees themselves, they did a lot of swinging and missing.
Tied a franchise record last night with 17 strikeouts. It's the third time they struck out 17 times in a game, but it was the first time they have done that, and they have won the game. So Nick Swisher takes a changeup for strike one. Now, Kenny, what was that? Good pitching or bad approach?
Early in the game, Cliff Lee. 11 strikeouts, didn't walk anybody, but I think all those strikeouts might have gotten him out of the game because it elevated his pitch count. He got tired of striking people out.
Well, Nick Swisher is going to be 2 for 2 as he blocks one off into right field. Derek Jeter around second, going to third. The throw is not going to be in time. A nice piece of hitting by Nick Swisher going the other way, and aggressive base running by Derek Jeter getting the third base.
And Nick Swisher getting a Derek Jeter type hit. Hole is open with a man at first, and he takes advantage of it. Look at him. Look at him kind of push that ball to the right side. On by the second baseman of Aviles, and Jeter, as the ball rolls, so he's already made up his mind. He's going to third. Meyer was going to have to throw him out and couldn't do it, so the Yankees are in business here in the third inning.
What do you think, Kenny? Derek Jeter made up his mind probably halfway between first and second. No need to even look at third base coach Robbie Thompson.
If you notice, he took a look at the outfielder and took a look at the speed of the ball.
As Mark Teixeira hits a fly ball to center field, this will get the job done. It looks like it's going to be a routine sacrifice fly. Derek Jeter tags up and scores easily. A nice job of situational hitting by Mark Teixeira, and the Yankees now lead 2-0.
And for Tex, his 86th run batted in on the season. He's among the league leaders in that category. And you can see he's getting the welcome back treatment.
Congratulations to Derek Jeter on the base hit, but I'm sure also the aggressive base running. For some reason, Kenny, that fires up a ball club. Gets everybody on the bench excited, as we'll bring up Alex Rodriguez, who hit a fly ball to center field his first at bat. Swings and misses at a little cutter from Bruce Chen.
And by the way, with Derek scoring that run, he is now tied with Mark Teixeira for the league lead in runs scored. I think it's 83 apiece now.
Chen throws over to keep Nick Swisher close over there at first.
Little step off move. That's a little different.
Nick, not much of a threat to run. He has stolen one base on the year and has been thrown out once and was picked off in the first inning. I'm sure he'll be keeping it close to first base this time around. And Chen throws over again.
Nick was picked off in the first inning and was retired on what goes as a caught stealing because he was trying to advance the second when he was tagged out. Ooh, that was a good swing. Now here's a look at Derek Jeter. He's one of the best base runners in the game. He's looking in the outfield. He's not looking at the coach. Took that one last glance and said, I'm going to third. And it set up a run on a sacrifice fly. He's one of those base runners that don't have to use their coaches. And there's the top run scorers in the American League.
The 0-2 to Alex Rodriguez, takes a fastball high. Alex with 90 RBIs on the year. Just looked up his batting average, Kenny. 294 with runners in scoring position. Takes a curveball down. And the 90 RBIs jumps out at me. You look at his numbers, 263, 18. I mean, they're down for Alex Rodriguez, but the 90 RBIs to this point, pretty impressive.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why the Yankees lead the league in runs scored. Somebody's got to drive him in.
But I guess I expected that batting average to be higher with runners in scoring position. 294, just a credit to Derek Jeter and Mark Teixeira being on base. There's a fastball in the inside corner for strike 3. Home plate umpire Gary Cederstrom making the call. And Alex Rodriguez taking the walk back to the dugout.
Caught looking. Every once in a while, Chen will give you his best bolt over the inside corner to see if he can freeze you. And that's what he did with Alex Rodriguez, as Alex is turns and heads back to the dugout. Chen's first strikeout of the night.
With 2 outs, it'll bring up Robinson Cano, who walked his first time. Scored a run, batting .329. And first pitch swinging, fouling off a fastball. You watch Chen, Kenny, he's dropping down a lot more than I remember earlier in his career. He used to be kind of over the top. Now that arm angle, it's almost like he's trying to hide the ball a little bit more and maybe give it a little more movement.
Yeah, get it. It's a little more sinking action, but that last one, Alex Rodriguez was straight and true. He was trying to, that was his best bolt for the corner.
It looks like he slips coming off the mound and misses with a slider.
Chen has been, well, I guess you could call well traveled as we look at this last delivery. Yep. Oh, that can be dangerous. That can be a spell groin trouble.
That's the first thing I thought of. Andy Pettitte right there.
That happened to me in the outfield way back when.
1-1 will be a fly ball to center field. Blanco retreating. It's carrying, and he makes the play right in front of the warning track, so it didn't look like Robinson Cano hit that ball all that well, but it traveled to deep center field. Blanco makes the catch to end the inning, but the Yankees add another run, and they lead 2-0.
The 2009 New York Yankees are world champions.
Come out to Yankee Stadium in 2010 to see the 27-time world champion New York Yankees in action. Don't miss Banner Day on Sunday, August 22nd, when the Yankees play the Mariners. The first 18,000 fans, 14 and younger, will receive a Yankees banner courtesy of Sharp Electronics. In 2010, come home to Yankee Stadium, the home of champions.
Welcome back, students. This school has a rich tradition in the sporting arena. A tradition that was frankly not upheld last year, so we've made some changes in the faculty. Enjoy.
All right, pop quiz, guys. It's called What Did I Do This Summer? You know what practice makes? Perfect. Close. Makes me, and it can make you. Feet up. Down. Lace up. Down. I know it sucks more than training. Losing. You know it sucks more than losing? Nothing. Nothing.
Knees up.
You know what training for trial starts? Summer. You know what that means? Better be ready.
Who's been eating hummus?
Oh, man, we got some work to do. Y'all look out of shape.
Did I say stop? Did you hear me say stop? Did I say stop?
Any questions? Class dismissed.
Well, fans, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule brought to you by Excella Express. Enjoy the journey. Oh, here in Kansas City. First of 4 here at Kauffman Stadium. Then the Yankees return to Yankee Stadium. A 4-game series with the Detroit Tigers on hand. And Seattle Mariners come in for 3 starting on the 20th of the month.
The Yankees got to take advantage of that little stretch there, Kenny. The next 11 be teams below 500. As Willie Bloomquist is going to lead off the bottom of the 3rd. Takes a fastball in the outside corner for strike 1.
We're talking about the Royals not hitting much on their road trip, despite the fact that they are 3rd in the league in hitting as a team.
Batting average, yeah.
Batting average.
He takes a slider and drills it right up the middle. Be the 3rd hit for the Kansas City Royals. Bloomquist playing 3rd base tonight, leads off the 3rd inning with a base hit.
Yeah, and you mentioned it earlier in the game, Flash, as we take a look at this base hit. The Royals do not have much power. And when they fall behind by 3 or 4 runs, it's very tough for them to catch up. And they currently are 20 games under 500, 47 and 67.
Well, not much power and not much speed either. 73 stolen bases. That's the middle of the pack in the American League. Strike out a lot and do not walk much. They have some new faces in their lineup. Blanco, their leadoff man, playing center field, one of those new faces. Takes a fastball right down the middle for strike 1. Blanco struck out his first at bat. Ned Yost, the manager of the Kansas City Royals, taking a look at some young players down the stretch here and see what he has for next year. Fastball grounder right back to CC Sabathia to Derek Jeter. A high throw over to first. Mark Teixeira has to come off the bag. So a high throw from CC Sabathia was the difference between turning a double play and just getting that out at second base.
Yeah, plus you can see that Blanco could run. He got down the line very quickly, but the timing was thrown off on a throw to second by CC Sabathia. You can see Jeter, well, first thing he had to do was touch the bag, and he did a nice little toe step there at second to make sure he got the force. But then that made for an errant throw to first base.
Blanco looks like he kind of cruises down the line, right? Not a lot of effort there.
Well, he was still going faster than I could.
And twice as fast as I ever could. Jason Kendall takes ball 1. Veteran catcher. The base hit his first at bat, hitting .262. Does not have a home run. 33 RBIs. When you think of number 2 hitters in the American League, Kenny, Jason Kendall, one of the perfect guys, can hit the ball the other way between the hole first and second.
Makes a lot of contact.
Takes a lot of pitches, can get deep in counts. Looking down at his third base coach, Eddie Rodriguez, for a sign. Possibility of a hit and run or a straight steal from Blanco, who's on first.
You know, the most amazing thing about Kendall to me, now he's 36 years old. He has started 105 of the 114 games.
You know what that is, Kenny? That's a mentality. That's saying, I am going to catch every day. Whether I'm fatigued, I'll find a way to get through. Does a good job with the pitching staff. And it's a ground ball up the middle, past Robinson Cano for another base hit. Jason Kendall hit a base hit past Derek Jeter his first at bat. And a hard ground ball past Robinson Cano here in his second at bat.
Here's a look at the solid single to center field. Jason Kendall, he also chokes up on the bat and gets this one into center. This game so far is shaping up like the game in New York. CC went 6 1/3 innings in that game, struck out 9, but gave up 11 hits and won 10-4. Gave up a lot of singles.
They'll bring up the number 3 hitter, first baseman Billy Butler. Having a good year for the Royals. Takes a slider for strike 1. Couple of men on base. Blanco in scoring position at second. You see the numbers: 10 home runs, 55 RBIs. You would expect more than 55 RBIs from your number 3 hitter in the lineup who's hitting over 300. It just tells you not a lot of players have been on base for him. He takes a 97-mile-an-hour fastball just off the plate inside. And the Royals only have 3 players from their opening day starting lineup in the lineup tonight. Jason Kendall, Billy Butler hitting here, and Yunieski Betancourt. Wow, a lot of changes here in Kansas City. Be a 1-1 to Butler. Another fastball, ground ball to Robinson Cano, and this is going to be an easy 4-6-3 double play for CC Sabathia. CC gave up a couple of hits in the inning, got in a little bit of trouble, and Billy Butler hits into his 25th double play of the year. The Yankees still lead 2-0.
It has a race-inspired suspension, a very good thing considering the 280 horsepower engine. The powerful Acura TL.
For attractive summer lease rates on the 2010 Acura TL, visit your local dealer today.
I want to see the most college football.
So I ordered ESPN Game Plan on DirecTV.
I get up to 15 out-of-market games per week.
The top conferences.
And key matchups.
Games you can't get anywhere else.
And the games I want to see.
Order the special early bird offer and get a full season of college football with ESPN Game Plan on DirecTV. To order for only 4 payments of $28.99 each, call 1-800-GET-SPORTS or visit directv.com/gameplan.
Diabetes scared me to death. There's so much to learn. I just shut down. But Liberty walked me through it all. Like when I test at night or after I eat. Makes a big difference.
When it comes to your diabetes supplies, quality and reliability are important. That's why Liberty offers the Accu-Check Aviva meter. And it's the only meter and strip combination manufactured in the USA. If you're over 65, have diabetes, and are on Medicare, call now and we'll send you a free meter. It offers alternate site testing, so you can test on your arm. No more pricking your fingers, so it's less painful.
It makes a big difference.
And to make it even less painful, the cost of your diabetes testing supplies may be covered by Medicare. Join over 1 million others who have chosen Liberty Medical. Call now and receive a free Accu-Check Aviva meter. Plus, for a limited time, get a free cookbook when you join.
Call 1-800-273-9135. 1-800-273-9135.
We are back for the top of the 4th here in Kansas City, and that means it is time for the New York State Smokers Quit Line Quiz. And tonight, the question is, which Yankees Hall of Fame player was the first manager in Royals history in 1969? We will have that answer for you in the bottom of the 4th. Kenny, you have to know that one.
Yeah, I do know it. Are you saying that's my era? That's kind of my era. I wasn't in the big leagues yet.
Because I have no chance of knowing that one. I don't know any of these trivia questions.
You weren't even born yet.
I was 2 years old.
Okay.
Marcus Timms takes a fastball for strike 1. Marcus popped up at second base. His first at bat was first pitch swinging. Impressive numbers: 319, 4 home runs, and 16 RBIs. Takes strike 2 behind in the count now 1-2.
You mentioned the 4 home runs, and we've talked about how well he hits lefties. 3 of the 4 have come against right-handed pitching.
Facing Chen, a lefty, and he takes a curveball down and in for ball 2. But Kenny, you look at those numbers. The Yankees have to be ecstatic with Marcus Timms, and hot lately, 9 for his last 18. If you can get a role player to hit over 300, give you some power, and I guess more importantly some RBIs, it's a nice combination. And he gets locked up. Probably the best fastball of the night from Bruce Chen, 90 miles an hour, right on the inside corner.
You know, one reason I think he's gotten hot lately, because the Yankees are seeing a lot of lefties, and he's getting a chance to play. And then you get something going. This is similar to the pitch that he threw A-Rod. You know, they're looking for something a little softer, and certainly not on the inner half, and that's Chen's best fastball. It might only be like 85, 86 miles an hour, but still, when you're not looking in there, he'll try and speed.
Austin Kearns takes a fastball up, and you're right, Kenny. Chen has 2 strikeouts tonight, and both of the finished pitches have been the same pitch that Marcus just saw. Fastball right on the inside corner. Good changeup to Austin Kearns for strike one, a swing and a miss.
Sometimes, though, I had what I would call setup at bats. Sometimes a pitcher would get me out with nobody on base. Then you come up with men on and throw the same thing, and you're ready.
I knew I made it to the big leagues, Kenny, when I played with the Detroit Tigers and Kirk Gibson. And he actually said in the middle of a ball game, I'm going to go up there and swing and miss badly at a slider a few times as Kearns takes a fastball for strike two, because I know I'm going to get it the next at bat when the game might be on the line. And that's the difference between a rookie, a young player, and a veteran who sets up a pitcher for a big at bat later on.
It's certainly a difference between big leagues and the minor leagues.
Yeah. Curveball misses.
Yeah, I would do the same thing. Swing at a breaking ball, have a weak swing, and might get another one in the same at bat. A couple of men on base, or certainly later in the game.
Later in the game, yeah, that's what Kirk Gibson was looking for late in the game. There's a changeup hit well to left field. Gordon going back. This one is carrying right to the wall. It's going to be out of here. Austin Kearns hits a solo home run and looked like a changeup for his 9th home run of the year. And you mentioned it earlier, Kenny, the wind blowing from right to left. That ball just kept carrying, and the Yankees now lead 3-0.
One of the things, if you're a left-handed, right-handed hitter, just get it up in the breeze tonight. The wind is blowing fairly strong from right to left. You can see Gordon. He thought he had a chance, but it's actually the guy in the front row.
So Kearns 2 for 2, a base hit, now a solo home run. Yankees take a 3-0 lead, and Curtis Granderson will get his second at bat off of Bruce Chen. Kenny, I don't know how you felt. When I played here, I felt like it was a big ballpark, but for some reason you knew that if you got, like you said, you get it up in the air, it's going to travel. As Granderson gets an off-speed pitch and he drills it into right field into the corner, he's going to get into second base easily, and he's going to stop there with a one-out double. So Curtis Granderson, who's been working on some new mechanics in the cage, is 2 for 2 in this ball game.
Very quick to this baseball and smashes it down into right field corner. His second hit of the night. You talked about that first hit. It was kind of a little blooper, but it drove in a run in the second inning, maybe giving him some confidence. Well, if that didn't give him confidence, that hit certainly would. That was a line shot into the corner.
And talking to Kevin Long before the game, I was comparing the changes that he made with Nick Swisher last year to Curtis Granderson this year, and he said, you know what, it's similar in that I want them both to be quiet at the plate, but Nick, I spread out his bottom half, and Curtis, he's trying to simplify his hands and his upper body. So far, so good, Kenny.
There's such a thing as too much movement.
Yeah,
and sometimes you can't get set in time for a good fastball, and that's the difference between hitting it hard and fouling it off.
Francisco Cervelli takes a first pitch slider for strike one.
By the way, that was the 10th home run that Chen has allowed this year when Kearns hit it. All 10 with nobody on base.
Solo home run usually does not beat you, but the Yankees with that solo home run now have a 3-0 lead. As Granderson taking a pretty good lead off of second base. Is not running. Cervelli blocks it off into right field. Meyer making the play, and Curtis Granderson retreating to second base for the second out here in the 4th inning.
Well, the Yankees scoring single runs in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. They're building a nice little picket fence on the scoreboard there.
Kenny, I have played on some bad teams, especially in Tampa, and it deflates you when a good ball club comes out and keeps adding on. Keeps adding on, like you said. One in the 2nd, one in the 3rd, one in the 4th. Those are deflating runs. Derek Jeter comes up and he takes a good swing at a first pitch fastball and misses. Derek 1 for 2. Ground ball to shortstop and a base hit. Scored a run. Batting average up over 280 now at 281.
Flash, you said on the way out here on your flight, you get a lot of Yankee fans on the way?
A lot of Yankee fans this morning on the flight from LaGuardia here for a nice weekend in Kansas City.
That means you signed a lot of autographs on the way out.
They were just had a nice time reading the paper, doing a little research, making sure I was ready for you.
What, you had your shades on? They didn't recognize it?
7 o'clock in the morning. I was half asleep. Ground ball to Betancourt. He's going to backhand it. Strong throw over to first, and Butler makes a nice pick on the throw from Unieski Betancourt. But the Yankees add another run on a solo home run from Austin Kearns. It's a changeup up and drills it to left field. Joe Girardi, Kevin Long love it.
If you were a candy man, then I'd tell you so. You're so sweet.
Sweet Million is sweeter than sweet, which is sweet. Sweet Million from the New York Lottery. Your best chance to win $1 million for $1.
J&R, New York's largest and top-rated technology superstore for cameras, computers, audio products, movies, music, housewares, TVs, video games, and more, is now proud to be the official consumer electronics retailer of the New York Yankees.
Here we are. The place I was telling you about, man.
That's right. TGI Fridays has a new Caribbean menu. Hurry in for a free $10 Fridays gift card when you buy 2 Caribbean entrees. Only at Fridays.
My Toyota has 180,000 miles on it.
190,000 miles.
267,491 miles on it. My Toyota has 464,000 miles.
While a Toyota may last a long time, the amazing deals and great selection won't during Toyota's National Clearance Event. And now you can get 0% APR financing on the fun-to-drive 2010 Toyota Corolla. Or lease a new 2010 Corolla for just $149 a month. Toyota, durability to move you forward.
When you're strong-willed, you do it your own way. When you're uncompromising, second best never crosses your mind. When you're set in your ways, you stay true to yourself. If you can drink to that, we've got a beer with your name on it. Coors, the banquet beer.
Yankees lead 3-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning here in Kansas City. CC Sabathia will face 4, 5, and 6 for the Kansas City Royals. In my first attempt at Keila Tiahua. Takes a fastball for strike 1. I think I butchered that pretty good, Kenny. Tiahua.
Tiahua.
1 for 1 with a single. Shattered his bat. His first at bat against CC Sabathia, but strong enough to muscle it into center field for a base hit.
Let's call him Keila.
Keila gets a slider and pulls it foul. CC Sabathia quickly ahead, 0-2. CC's been pretty economical through 3 innings. 38 pitches through 3. 25 of those have been strikes. See the pitch count now at 40 here to start off the 4th inning. 27 strikes and 13 balls. It'll be an 0-2 to Keila. Slider down. Cervelli can't block it.
Tiahua has been in the minor leagues for quite a while. I mean, this guy's hit 154 home runs in the minors. And this year he had 24. And 78 runs batted in at Omaha in Pacific Coast League.
It had to be limited at bats too, right?
Well, no.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, 88 walks. He was leading the league in walks. I want to know what happened. There used to be the American Association. That was a AAA. That's gone now. And I don't know how Omaha got into PCL. It is a long way from the Pacific Ocean. Omaha, Nebraska.
Well, the PCL is one of those leagues you hear the numbers and you kind of shrug them off because everybody had 30, 40 home runs.
Yeah.
Internationally, you came up through the International League, right?
Yeah, I did. You earned your home runs.
That was a man's league. Man's league in the IL.
PCL, Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
If you had 40 home runs, if you had 40 home runs in that league, you're probably 4th on your team.
Albuquerque.
Yeah, I played in Albuquerque in the Texas League. That was walk to the ballpark. The fences were like 410 feet in the gaps, but when you hit one well,
just kept going.
It went 430.
Keila fouls off a 99-mile-an-hour fastball, so CC Sabathia getting loose here in the 4th inning. Good fastball.
You're trying to put these guys away. They are tough to strike out. CC only has 1 strikeout.
If you can read body language, Kenny, I mean, you know, CC just lit up the radar gun there with a 99-mile-an-hour fastball, but you see him shaking his head a little bit. I don't think he feels completely locked in his last 3 or 4 starts.
That was his put-away pitch.
The fastball. Keela hits it to center field, and this ball is traveling. Curtis Granderson underneath it, right on the warning track, makes the play. So another fly ball that got up in that jet stream and carried, but it's the first out in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Yeah, a little bit of a crosswind there, though. When you're going towards right field, you're going to run into the wind that's blowing it from right to left. So that might have knocked it down a bit. You know, Flash, when you do this on the golf course, you probably take one more club, right? There's Granderson. He's going to drift back to the warning track. You see, he's running towards right center. Now the wind takes the ball back towards center, and he drifts back and makes the catch. In Hawaii, those are the Kona winds.
Unieski Betancourt, first pitch swinging. Derek Jeter backhand the jump, the throw, and he gets him. Nice play by Derek Jeter, the patented hop and throw all the way across the diamond to get Betancourt for the second out here in the 4th.
Yeah, the key to this is a quick release while going up in the air. You see quarterbacks do this all the time. And this is right on the money. Hits his receiver, Mark Teixeira, and Betancourt probably wondering, how did this happen? And of course, the pitchers, they just love that defensive support.
Amazing how he gets that much on the throw with that little jump hop in the air. Plenty of arm strength across the diamond.
You're right when you called it a patented play. You don't see many other shortstops doing that.
Alex Gordon, first pitch swinging to the gap in left center. It's going to split the gap. It'll be extra bases. Curtis Granderson hustles it up, and Gordon in the second base with a 2-out double. Gordon hit a line drive to Austin Kearns in left field his first at bat, and drills a fastball the other way for a 2-out double.
Well, Alex Gordon was former #1 draft pick here and was a third baseman. This year he started with the Royals, got sent to the minor leagues, became an all-star in the PCL at Omaha, and now back to the big leagues, hitting just .215 overall, but I get the feeling he's here to stay. Now he's a left fielder.
With 2 outs, it'll bring up second baseman Mike Aviles. First pitch swinging again. It'll be a base hit up the middle. Granderson coming in. Gordon rounding third. Going to try to score. Here's the throw, and he's in there. Good strong throw from Curtis Granderson, but Gordon had a good turn around third base and scores the Royals' first run.
Well, as I said, this kind of reminded me of the game in New York where CC gave up a lot of hits. Well, the Yankees scored a lot of runs from him. Gordon showing that the #1 draft pick type. And that good strong throw by Granderson. And the Royals are on the scoreboard. It's now a 3-1 ball game.
So Aviles at first base with a 2-out base hit and an RBI. Bring up right fielder Mitch Meyer. Hit a fly ball to Austin Kearns, his first at bat. Like somebody called timeout, maybe Francisco Cervelli. .264 with 4 home runs. So it looked like CC was going to have a relatively easy 4th inning. Got the first 2 outs. A great play by Derek Jeter. But a 2-out double by Gordon. A base hit by Aviles. We have a 3-1 ball game. Kenny, I look at Aviles at first base from Concordia College, Division II in New York. Had some good players come out of Concordia. Scotty Leyes, good slider for strike one. Was a good big league baseball player with the Twins.
Was the infielder, third baseman, shortstop.
John Doherty, a sinker ball pitcher. I played with him with the Detroit Tigers. Got off to a good start in his career and then had some injuries. So Aviles, proud Concordia College player. Another good fastball velocity wise, 98 miles an hour from CC Sabathia. Just misses.
No, he talked about Gordon being a #1 draft pick. The same thing applies to Meyer. 2003 draft, #1 pick.
2-1 fastball, fouls it off. Take a look at our New York State Smokers Quit Line quiz. Remind you the question again: which Yankees Hall of Fame player was the first manager in Royals history in 1969? And the answer is
Joe Gordon.
Knew you were all over that, Ken.
It took me a few seconds.
Vilas takes his lead off of first. CC Sabathia deals a slider. Meyer fouls it off.
Meyer went to the University of Toledo. He was an All-American. He was a catcher. So he wasn't up to the John Flaherty standards, and he's now an outfielder. You can't catch it, you got to go out in the outfield.
Well, obviously he can swing it. Right, left-handed batter. Do it again at 2-2. A fastball fouled off. We'll check swing. Well, the Kansas City Royals, now the last month and a half of this year, is going to be the land of opportunity for some young players. Get to showcase their skills. I'm sure there'll be some more showing up in September. Manager Ned Yost will get a good look, see what he has for next spring training.
A few teams are in that mode. Ned Yost was a manager who took over after the previous manager had been fired.
A good slider from CC Sabathia. Gets the last out in the bottom of the fourth. Looked like it was going to be an easy inning, but a couple of hits with 2 outs. And the Royals get on the board. We have a 3-1 ball game here in Kansas City.
And now I'll turn it over to the Gecko.
Ah, thank you, sir. As we all know, Geico has been saving people money on RV, camper and trailer insurance, as well as motorcycle insurance. Ah, sorry. Technical difficulties.
What about this?
What's this one do? Maybe that one.
Okay, let's keep rolling. We run motorcycle insurance?
Take 15 minutes to see how much you could save on motorcycle, RV, and camper insurance.
Audi retains its value better than any other German luxury brand. Experience the Summer of Audi event and get over 130 channels of Sirius satellite radio for 3 months at no charge.
Nancy Newman in our Yes Studios with your Audi update. Big game in Chicago. Twins White Sox entered the day dead heat atop the AL Central, and that is Gavin Floyd with the balk. Home plate umpire Tim Welke spots it. His first balk since his rookie year of 2004. Twins up 3-1 to the winner, a 1-game lead in the AL Central.
Thank you very much, Nancy. Sun setting here in the Midwest. Yankees leading 3-1. We're in the top of the 5th inning. The Swisher, Teixeira, and Rodriguez for the Yankees to face the veteran Bruce Chen. Yankees scoring in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th innings and lead it 3-1. Nick Swisher 2 for 2. Single in the 1st, single again in the 3rd. And he takes a pitch in there for a call strike. This is the first of a 4-game series. Dustin Mosley will get the start tomorrow night, and then Kyle Davies. And finally, the Yankees get to face a right-hander. The 0-1 pitch, and it's swung on and missed, and it's 0-2.
The Yankees are going to miss Zach Greinke, right?
That seems to happen all the time. Greinke hasn't pitched more than once against the Yankees, I'd say, in the last 2 years.
I know he's having a down year, but I'm sure the Yankees are not disappointed about that.
0-2 pitch is fouled off. Have some changes here for the Royals. That is 0-2 on Swisher. And the pitch is hit in the air, foul. Flash had mentioned earlier that Blanco wasn't running very well. That's Wilson Betemit taking over at third base. Meyer moves from right field to center field, and Bloomquist moves from third base to right field. So Blanco is now out of the ball game. Count on Nick Swisher remains no balls and 2 strikes. Changeup is fouled off once again. So Blanco is out of the ball game. Swisher has fouled off several pitches and takes just inside for a ball.
Nick Swisher having a good game so far, 2 for 2, but even the take right there in that fastball that just missed. It's like Nick is locked in. Had some good swings at the off-speed pitches. A nice take on a fastball in.
Inside again, 2-2. We talked about the Yankees facing 4 straight left-handers. It's only the second time in the last 12 years they've faced 4 consecutive left-handed starting pitchers. And Nick Swisher has fought from an 0-2 count where he fouled off several pitches, and now the count is full at 3-2.
And another good take right there. A little slider down and in, did not miss by much, and Nick Swisher did not budge. See if he can finish this at bat off. Even if he doesn't, it's been a quality at bat fighting back from 0-2.
9th pitch, and it's hit hard but foul down the third base side.
Yeah, you get the feeling right now that Chen does not have anything to get Nick Swisher out. He is all over all the pitches he's throwing.
So Nick, leading off the inning, has worked a 10-pitch at bat. Foul back. We're going to have an 11-pitch at bat. This wears out a pitcher.
We talked about it a little bit early on, though. It looks like Nick is really backing up the fastball. That pitch 90 miles an hour kind of jammed him, but he fought it off. That enables him to be right on time with the off-speed pitches, which is usually what you're going to get from Chen at some point during an at-bat. Good approach for Nick Swisher.
Once again, the 3-2 pitch, and it's hit high and deep down the left field line, but it's curving foul. And if you're Bruce Chen, he says, I've thrown 12 pitches already and still nobody's out.
And if you're Jason Kendall behind the plate right now, you have no idea what to do. You have thrown the kitchen sink up there to Nick Swisher. He's either taken it or put really good swings. See what happens.
Pitches pop foul and out of play. This is a battle of attrition.
This is why hitting in that number 2 spot in the Yankee order is such a nice place to hit. You're going to get challenged. So you got Mark Teixeira, Alex Rodriguez coming up. You can see a lot of pitchers here with a 3-2 count come right at you.
Another fastball. Payoff pitch. And it's inside, ball 4. All that work, and he didn't get him. Remember, the count was 0-2. And Nick Swisher has been on base 3 times.
Well, at bats do not get much better than that one for Nick Swisher. And take another look at the last pitch. A drop down fastball, and it misses inside, but it doesn't miss by a whole lot. And Nick Swisher obviously seeing the ball fantastic that whole at bat.
Here's Teixeira's driven in a run with a sacrifice fly, and he takes a pitch for a call strike. That was a 13-pitch at bat.
Got to wear you down a little bit mentally, huh, Kenny?
Oh.
Then you got a guy coming up in Mark Teixeira who has worn you out in his career. Don't make a mistake.
Pitch is hit hard, and it's gloved by Betemit. So the first test for Betemit is a tough one, and he makes the play.
Well, Mark Teixeira hits this ball hard. You see Kendall setting up inside. Mark gets the bat head out. Betemit does a nice job. First reaction going to his left. First out here in the 5th inning. Nick Swisher does a good job freezing on a line drive. Make sure you don't get doubled up.
First pitch to Alex Rodriguez is down. Ball 1. He's 0 for 2. He's flied to center. got called out on strikes. Over the outside corner, it evens the count at 1-1. With A-Rod now over the 600 mark in home run. You like to see what he's done against each and every team. He's hit 41 home runs in his career against Kansas City. This ball is fouled off, and it counts as a ball and 2 strikes. 41 home runs and 111 runs batted in, and a .327 career hitter against the Royals. I guess you hit that many home runs, you're going to spread the wealth. One-two pitch is fouled straight back to the screen. Looks like A-Rod's been all around Chen and hasn't quite squared him up.
He hasn't gotten that one pitch that's a mistake, kind of middle of the plate. Even that fastball was up, and he had a good swing, just a little bit too high. But you're right, Kenny. You have the feeling if he makes a mistake out over the plate, it could go a long way.
Check on Swisher at first, and here at Kauffman Stadium, that could mean the ball is going to get wet. Those fountains way off in the distance, an inviting target for power hitters. 1-2 pitch, and it's hit on the ground towards second. Aviles, and the throw is wide of second, and everybody's going to be safe. Aviles with a low throw, and Betancourt couldn't handle it.
Well, the Royals coming in with a .981 fielding percentage. That is 9th in the league. That's not great. It looks like this had the possibility of being a 4-6-3 double play. Aviles throws low. Betancourt can't come up with it to even get one out. Check out Nick Swisher going with the aggressive slide.
For the Royals, that's their 82nd error of the season.
You're a second division club. You cannot give the good teams extra outs. They will take advantage and make you pay. See what happens here with Robinson Cano coming up and Marcus Timms behind him.
Yeah, the Royals last year made the most errors in the league, and this year they have also made the most errors in the league. Opportunities that sometimes the opposition takes advantage of. Here's Cano with 2 on and 1 out, and he takes a pitch down low for ball 1. And it also means your pitchers have to work that much harder. So A-Rod will reach on the fielder's choice. Nick Swisher is safe on the error by Aviles. 2 on 1 out. Yankees threatening again here in the 5th. Pitch to Cano, and it's a swing and a miss, and it's 1-1.
Robinson has had some funny swings on that slider. Even the take on the first slider wasn't comfortable. Kind of an off-balance swing on the second slider. See if Robinson makes an adjustment after an awkward swing and really tries to fight the ball off the other way.
Outside ball 2. 2 balls and a strike.
Kenny, such a big inning for the Royals after they get a run back in the 4th inning to make it an interesting ball game. Bruce Chen would have loved to have had a 1-2-3 shutdown inning, get his team right back in the dugout. It hasn't happened, and he's working here in the 5th.
Cano fouls it off, levels the count at 2-2. Now, we talked about Bruce Chen has been well traveled. He's pitched for 10 teams in the last 11 years. And I think a lot of that is because he's a left-hander. That helps. You know, lefties have a tendency to travel. He's worked both as a starter and as a reliever, so he can do both. Look at all these teams. One of them doesn't exist anymore. The 2-2 pitch, and Cano hits a bouncing ball to second. This could be 2 again. Aviles to Betancourt for 1 on the Butler, and the Royals do turn that double play and get out of the inning. 4-6-3. Cano wraps into a double play. At the end of 4 1/2, the Yankees lead the Royals by a score of 4-1.
For For years, food companies have been doing some pretty crazy things to make their food look good in ads.
None of it does a thing to make the pizza taste any better.
So starting now, Domino's is changing the way we photograph our pizza.
With pizza this good, you don't need all that nonsense. You just need sauce with a little zip, plenty of real cheese, and a garlic-seasoned crust.
In fact, we're so confident in our pizza, we want you to shoot our photos. Just order up 2 mediums and 2 toppings for $5.99 each and send us your shots.
Domino's, what you see is what you get.
Antiques can be nice, but you wouldn't want an antique computer, or an antique TV, or an antique remote control. So why are you still using an antique cable network created in 1948 for your 2010 TV? It's time to hook your TV up to 100% fiber optics. It's time for Fios. Visit Verizon.com/Fios.
Listen up, people. Volkswagen is at it again with their Autobahn for All event. It ends soon. They got great prices. Cars built for the Autobahn. People are going to be driving crazy in the Jetta, the Rutan, and the CC.
That CC is gorgeous.
That Jetta's awesome. My wife loves her new Rutan.
And they all come with that carefree maintenance.
Scheduled maintenance included. We're not shopping for cars here, people. Come on.
I am now.
It's kind of exciting.
Right now, with 0 down, 0 first month's payment, and 0 due at signing, lease the Volkswagen CC for $339 a month.
Sunday.
The most important thing, obviously, in television is to have good hair.
Go behind the scenes of a Yes Network broadcast. Plus,
they're going to get tired now.
The Yankees strength and conditioning coach puts the players through the paces.
Push.
It's an all-new Yankees on Deck presented by Tops Attacks. Sunday at noon, only on Yes.
Well, fans, this moment in Yankee history brought to you by Johnny Walker. August 12, 1964, Mickey Mantle sets a switch-hitting record, homering from both sides of the plate in one game for the 10th time in his career. Demand greatness in every sip and every season. Johnny Walker, proud sponsor of the New York Yankees. Willie Bloomquist jumps on the first pitch from CC Sabathia here in the 5th inning and drills it to center field. Bloomquist is now 2 for 2.
I think both of those at-bats were first pitch swings from Bloomquist. Couple line drives right back up the middle. He's always been a nice utility player. We've seen tonight can play third base, move to right field, give you a good at bat, and has some speed.
We'll try and get the reasoning as to why Gregor Blanco had to leave the game, but it looked as though he wasn't running well down the first. And Wilson Benemit, now the third baseman in the leadoff spot where Blanco was. Benemit's done a pretty good job for these Royals since as the runner goes, the throw down to second is in time. Cervelli throws him out, and Cano with a tremendous tag, and Bloomquist is gone.
There is not a better feeling if you are a catcher in this league where you can throw the ball anywhere around the bag at second base, whether it's low, high, off direction. See a slider up, a low throw, and a great backhand pick by Robinson Cano, and watch how quick the tag is. I mean, that is just an outstanding play. We see Robertson make good plays going up the middle. Nice play applying the tag right there, and the catcher loves it, I'm sure.
Leadoff single is erased, and now it's 2 balls and no strikes on Wilson Benemit.
Such a luxury, Kenny, just to throw the ball in general area down there, knowing that your middle infielders will pick you up. Makes Cervelli's job a lot easier.
2-0 pitch is in there for a strike. Now we find out that Gregor Blanco had to leave the ball game, heat exhaustion, dizzy spells, and right now he's currently on an IV, so that we hope that he is feeling better. We told you how hot it is here in Kansas City. 2-1 pitch, swung on and missed, and it's 2-2.
CC's had a good fastball. Velocity is not a problem tonight. Mid to upper 90s. Coming right at Wilson Benemit. We remember Wilson from his Yankee days. He can hit a fastball, but overpowered with that last one.
Breaking ball is low, and the count is run full. Good deal by Brian Cashman. Wilson Benemit going to the White Sox, and in exchange, the Yankees got Nick Swisher.
It's turned out all right.
Yeah.
All-star Nick Swisher.
Yeah. You know, Benemit did some good things in a Yankee uniform, but it doesn't add up to what Swisher's done so far. Here's the payoff pitch. Little chopper right back to the mound. One easy hop for CC Sabathia. Flips to first, and it's out number 2. Let's go to the Coors Light freeze cam on the play at second base.
We check out Robinson Cano coming across the bag, and you freeze it right on the catch. A nice backhand pick. Your Coors Light freeze cam. He does a nice job applying a quick tag right on the shoulder of Bloomquist. Nice play.
Here's Jason Kendall, who so far tonight's got a good night going. He's 2 for 2, a couple of singles.
I was thinking about Jason Kendall today, Kenny. You know, veteran backstop. You mentioned over 2,000 games behind the plate. Playing for a Kansas City Royal team that's not going anywhere. That's where you really find out what kind of professional a player is. Never a question about Jason Kendall. Goes out there, plays hard every day.
Little blooper to the right side, and Cano is settling underneath it, makes the catch, and that's going to do it for the Royals in the 5th inning. They pick up a hit and nothing else against CC Sabathia. It's 3-1 Yankees.
What would you do for a Klondike ice cream sandwich? That's right. We said sandwich.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Diabetes scared me to death. There's so much to learn. I just shut down. But Liberty walked me through it all. Like when I test at night or after I eat. Makes a big difference.
When it comes to your diabetes supplies, quality and reliability are important. That's why Liberty offers the Accucheck Aviva meter. And it's the only meter and strip combination manufactured in the USA. If you're over 65, have diabetes, and are on Medicare, call now and we'll send you a free meter. It offers alternate site testing, so you can test on your arm. No more pricking your fingers, so it's less painful.
It makes a big difference.
And to make it even less painful, the cost of your diabetes testing supplies may be covered by Medicare. Join over 1 million others who have chosen Liberty Medical. Call now and receive a free Accucheck Aviva meter. Plus, for a limited time, get a free cookbook when you join.
Call 1-800-273-9135. 1-800-273-9135.
Dish Network claims to have the latest technology. Seriously? Did you know that many Dish customers actually need 2 dishes? That's right, 2 dishes to get all their HD channels. What's up with that? With DirecTV, you get all our HD channels and our Emmy Award-winning technology without ever needing a second dish on your roof. So don't be fooled by Dish Network. When you compare, DirecTV wins every time.
Well, fans, it's time for another look at tonight's Toyota text poll. Once again, the question: what was Marcus Thames' biggest hit of this season? And your choices. You know, he's had some big ones, including one the other night in Texas. Walk-off home run versus Boston, overwhelmingly 70%. Single against Toronto, all right, 7%. And a go-ahead single against Texas, 23%. Oh, Yankee fans, they love beating the Red Sox.
Well, it takes one swing against the Boston Red Sox to get you 70% of the vote.
You know what, Flash? I can see where you're coming from.
It's one swing.
One swing will send you down in Yankee lore forever. And July 1st, 2005, that's exactly what happened.
2004, I think. The Derek Jeter game into the stands.
Oh, yeah, I was told 5, but here's a little looper. This is headed to right field. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Marcus Thames is now 1 for 3. 2004, you would know.
Stay hot, Marcus Thames. You get jammed. You block it off into right field. Had a big hit last night. A couple of hits last night. Not happy with that swing, but he'll take the end result. A little base hit. Leading off the 6th.
Yeah, good crowd on hand here tonight to see the first game of the series as Ned Yost is headed to the mound. And the bullpen has been busy. And this could be all for Bruce Chan, who's kind of looking at this manager like, what are you doing out here? In a 3-1 ball game.
A pitch count at 91, so not out of control.
And that's it. So Ned Yost takes Chen out of the ball game with nobody out and the man on here in the 6th inning. The Royals are going to the bullpen. We'll be back in just a moment.
office lady waiting to be set free. Set free. Now watch your hero man with a delivery. Delivery. I want my WP. I want my I want my WP. I want my WP. Low prices, free delivery.
For the WB Nation.
It's the end of the model year, and Nissan's laying it all on the line with bottom line offers on quality, safety, and value. Nissan's bottom line sales event. Get to a Nissan dealer now for a $199 per month lease on Altima or lease Rogue. Also just $199 per month. Hurry, this event ends soon. And that's the bottom line.
Allie Baker. Allie Baker. Allie Baker. Michael Joyner. Michael Joyner.
Wicked cold, guys. Wicked cold.
Well, Yankees leading 3-1, and this call to the bullpen is brought to you by AT&T. Rethink possible. Kind of a quick hook for Bruce Chan. He gives up a hit here in the 6th inning, and he's gone. And he gives way to Kanekoa Teixeira. And this will be his 38th game out of the pen for the Royals. A 1-1 record, 4.11 ERA. More than a hit per inning. Kind of a sinker-slider type pitcher. And he finds a man at first base, Marcus Thames. And Austin Kearns will come to the plate. Maybe the reason why, because Kearns is up, and he's already 2 for 2 with a single and a home run. In fact, the bottom part of the order has done some damage for the Yankees tonight.
Yeah, Curtis Granderson a couple of hits, base hit and a double, but you're right, Kearns has been all over Bruce Chen. Maybe that had something to do with the quick hook. I don't know what you thought, Kenny, but you know what? I like Chen. He dropped down a little bit more than we've seen. You know, he's never going to overpower you, but did a nice job. Gave up 8 hits and 3 runs. Keep you in some ball games.
It's the Kearns, and it's upstairs ball. I think, to me, he's more suited for the bullpen because I think he's at most one time through the order type of guy. You know, he can get by one time through, but then you start to see him that second time, and he really doesn't have that much to blow you away with.
I actually look at him as a guy who's probably more valuable on a real good team as like a 5th starter, guy who can swing man in the bullpen, you know, where you're not asking him to do too much. Go out there and give me 5 innings and keep us in the game.
Sort of like Alfredo Aceves.
Yeah.
Who, by the way, is on the road to recovery. Kearns takes, and that misses. 2 balls and no strikes. Now, Chen actually got his chance to start when Gil Mesh was injured. Now, Gil Mesh has had shoulder bursitis, but Mesh was out here throwing before the game today, and looked like he was throwing pretty well. It was a simulated game, and he might be back pretty soon here for these Kansas City Royals. There's a pitch for a call strike. Mesh had been the opening day starter a couple of times. Big time free agent signing. 2 balls and a strike on Austin Kearns. Kearns tonight is singled and homered. Had a solo home run in the 4th inning. His 9th of the year. That pitch hits the corner. In fact, I said Mesh was a big time free agent. Yeah, 5 years, $55 million.
That's big time.
That home run by Kearns was his first as a Yankee. Here's a 2-2 pitch, and he hits one in the air to center field. Drifting back is Meyer. A few steps in front of the warning track, he makes the catch, and that's out number 1 here in the 6th inning.
You know, Kenny, watching Kearns tonight, obviously he's having a good night swinging the bat. He just looks a lot more comfortable, you know, like he's kind of found his little niche on this team, and his bats are getting better. I think Joe Girardi has seen enough where he knows when to put him in some good matchups. Had a pretty good swing there, just got beat a little bit.
You know, it's got to be tough to join a ball club at any time during the course of a season. You got to feel your way around, you know. Just learning the ropes on a new team. Here's Granderson, who's 2 for 2.
Yeah, I remember getting traded from the Tigers to the Padres in the middle of the season. There was like an overwhelming feeling of you wanted to impress right away. You know, get off to a good start, impress your teammates, impress the organization for making the deal. Sometimes it doesn't work out. You get off to a slow start. Lance Berkman a little slow. Kearns looks like he's finding his stride.
Not only that, you change from league to league.
Yep.
0-1 pitch, check swing, and that's high and away, and it's a ball and a strike on Granderson. Granderson is single in the 2nd inning and drove in a run, and then he doubled in the 4th inning. And we're going to take a look at what he's been trying to do, working with hitting coach Kevin Long.
Yeah, Kevin Long said his hands are going to be back a little bit further, which you can see.
Ball's hit in the air to right field. Bloomquist settles underneath it and makes the catch for the 2nd out. The whole idea is to be quick to the ball.
Yeah, Kevin Long's trying to simplify the whole approach. And ironic, you face a lefty, you get a couple of hits, and here a righty. And I'll tell you what, that setup with the hands is a lot simpler.
Yeah.
It's just a short little move back.
He's loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, even talking to Kevin today, he was just saying, you know, hopefully Curtis can have a good first game with this new swing or new approach or new mechanic, whatever it is. He's gotten 2 hits already and an RBI.
Here's Savelli, who has reached on a fielder's choice and flied out to center. Savelli doing the catching tonight. Jorge Posada getting the night off.
Kenny, were you a big guy changing your swing or tinkering with things? Or you pretty much
not much.
You went with it?
Went with it. It seemed to be working.
Yeah.
Ground ball is 2nd for Aviles, and he has it. That's going to do it for the Yankees here in the 6th inning. They get a leadoff single by Marcus Thames and nothing else. On to the bottom of the 6th.
Unlike other vehicles in its class, the 7-passenger 300-horsepower MDX comes with Acura's patented super handling all-wheel drive. With the available Advance package, the MDX also features a unique multi-angle widescreen rear-view camera, because performance shouldn't be limited to just going forward. The restyled Acura MDX. Discover it in a test drive.
For attractive summer lease rates on the 2010 Acura MDX, visit your local dealer today.
There's oil out there we've got to capture. My job is to hunt it down. I'm Fred Lamont, and I'm in charge of BP's efforts to remove oil from these waters. BP has taken full responsibility for the cleanup, and that includes keeping you informed. You may have heard that oil is no longer flowing into the Gulf, but our spotter planes and helicopters will keep searching for any oil. We use satellite images, infrared and thermal photography to map and target the oil. We're finding less oil every day, but we've still got thousands of vessels ready to clean it up. Local shrimp and fishing boats organized into task forces and strike teams, plus specialized skimmers from around the world. We've skimmed over 35 million gallons of oil-water mixture and removed millions more with other methods. I grew up on the Gulf Coast, and I love these waters. As long as there's oil out there that could make it ashore, I'm going to do everything I can to stop it. BP's commitment is that we will see this through, and we'll be here as long as it takes to clean up the Gulf.
Yankees fans won't have to miss another game with live Yes Network games online wherever you go with Verizon Fios.
This one is gone.
Get the remaining season of live Yankees games for just $34.95. That's less than $1 a game. If you're a Verizon Fios TV customer with Fios Internet, just go to Verizon.com/yes to subscribe now.
Yankee Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by J&R Music and Computer World, and by Acura Advance. We are going to advance to the bottom of the 6th inning. You see the signature fountains here at Kauffman Stadium. That's part of the show here. Here's Billy Butler, and it's a bouncing ball on the first pitch to Robinson Cano, and he's going to be an easy out. 1 down. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 6th inning. Butler's now 0 for 3.
CC Sabathia will sign up for that anytime. 1 pitch, 1 out. Number 3 hitter in this lineup for the Royals, their most dangerous hitter.
Kayahue comes to the plate. The designated hitter. Broken bat single and fly deep to center. He's 1 for 2. 15th round draft pick in 2002. He's got some power. CC puts him in the spin cycle, and it's ball one.
Yeah, I think the Yankees have spotted something with him, with a little hole maybe up and in. I mean, he's a big kid. It looks like CC's been trying to pound that fastball in on his hands all night. He shattered his bat his first at bat. Anytime a young player comes up and he's big and strong, you always say, you know what, can you hit this fastball inside? Because a lot of pitchers will stay away from a guy because of his size. Not at the big leagues. They challenge you inside.
1-0 pitch, and that's in there for a call strike. You know, I was looking at the Royals lineup tonight, and it kind of surprised me. When Blanco was in the starting lineup, they had 4 left-handed hitters in there against CC Sabathia. And I think Ned Yost giving a lot of these young players some experience against one of the better lefties in the game.
And also evaluating. Let's see how you do against a tough lefty.
Breaking ball, and it looked like Gary Cederstrom wanted to call it, but it was a little low. 2 balls and a strike. You like Cederstrom as an umpire.
I was just thinking, Kenny, that's the first time we've really mentioned him tonight, and that tells you he's doing a good job back there. A couple of close pitches. Gary, one of the veteran umpires in the league, well respected, does a good job behind the plate.
2-1 pitch, and CC doesn't get that one either. 3 balls and a strike. Did you ever get a rapport going with him? You know, you talk to him, or
yeah, he's one of those umpires that you'll have a nice little back and forth about pitches. Hey, I like that one. You know what? I'm going to take a little extra long look at it if you thought it was a good pitch. You know, no ego back there, just a good, solid major league umpire.
3-1 pitch, and it misses inside, and Kayahue draws a walk. So he's draws the first walk of the night, handed out by CC Sabathia. 1 on and 1 out. And it'll bring up Yuniesky Betancourt.
Well, CC not happy. Looks like he's shaking his head a little bit. Again, velocity not a problem. Looked like that fastball just missed.
Betancourt tonight is flied out to center and was robbed of a hit on the patented Derek Jeter leap and throw play from deep in the hole and at shortstop. That came in the 4th inning.
Betancourt has gone up to the plate swinging, very aggressive early in the count.
That's him.
See if CC throws an off-speed pitch to get a ground ball.
Ground ball to second, could be 2. Cano, the Jeter to Teixeira, and there's your double play. The Royals are gone in the 6th inning. A tailor-made 4-6-3 double play, and the score remains 3-1 Yankees. It's on to the 7th.
The 2009 New York Yankees are world champions.
Come out to Yankee Stadium in 2010 to see the 27-time world champion New York Yankees in action. Don't miss Beanie Buddy Night on Tuesday, August 31st, when the Yankees play the Athletics. The first 10,000 fans, 14 and younger, will receive a limited edition Yankees tie Beanie Buddy. In 2010, come home to Yankee Stadium, the home of champions.
In every friendly little competition, right behind you, there's a winner and a loser, a runner-up, second best, the one who fell a bit short.
Thank you.
Our friends at BMW know exactly how this feels. Experience the Summer of Audi event and get exceptional values on new and certified pre-owned models.
What are we doing?
The Wave.
Oh, why?
This is what they do at games. And IOTV carries every HD game for all 9 New York sports teams. And it's baseball season.
I love baseball. Oh, touchdown!
Catch every HD game of all 9 New York sports teams. With incredible HD picture and sound, IOTV brings you the best HD experience free.
Sunday on an all-new WB Mason presents the Joe Girardi Show. The Yankees are in the race for the AL East lead, and the skipper is ready to answer your questions about how they can pull away. Plus, after 6 games in Texas and KC, Joe has the Bombers primed for their trip home to battle the Tigers and Mariners. It's an all-new Joe Girardi Show, Sunday at 6.
Only on Yes.
Well, fans, it's time for the GE Capital Partner Play. Great partnerships are built on trust. At GE Capital, we prove that every day.
Back to the top of the lineup for the New York Yankees here in the top of the 7th. They lead 3-1. Verizon Wireless scoreboard. Derek Jeter squares the bunt and fouls it off.
He caught Betemit back at third. You know, that's the sort of thing when you're coming up to the plate, you're kind of looking toward at the third baseman. You're not trying to look at him too much. You just want out of the corner of your eye, just see where he is. And Okay, I'm going to lay this one down.
Derek 1 for 3 on the night. Bedamit did not really come in too much on the grass, so it might be there for Derek Jeter again. Still stays back. He's not bunting, and he takes a fastball in off the plate to even the count of 1-1. Couple of ground balls to shortstop and a base hit for Derek. Scored a run. Batting average at .280. Fastball just misses. Teixeira came on in the 6th inning. Bruce Chen gave up a base hit to Marcus Timms. Teixeira got Austin Kearns, Curtis Granderson, and Francisco Cervelli. Now working here in the 7th inning. Another fastball that misses, and Derek Jeter in the driver's seat, 3-1. Mitch Meyer, center fielder, shading Derek Jeter a little bit towards right center. A big hole, big gap in left center. Derek slices one down the line, just foul. Nice play by the ball boy down the line. See that big gap in left center for Derek Jeter. Meyer shading him a little bit towards the right center field gap. It'll be a 3-2. Another fastball, a ground ball to Bedamit, comes in, has trouble with the play off the glove, and we'll see how they score that. Could possibly be an infield hit for Derek Jeter. In between hop for Wilson Bedamit.
It should be interesting. You mentioned how Jeter's getting those veteran hits of late. Not this time. This is going to be an error. Charge to Bedamit at third. Ball off the heel of his glove, pops up, still can't handle it, and Jeter hustling, thinking it might be an infield hit, but this one's going to go as an error. Not one of those veteran hits this time.
Be the second error of the ball game for the Kansas City Royals. Brings up Nick Swisher, who has had a perfect evening so far. A couple of base hits and a walk. Facing Teixeira for the first time, and takes a fastball for ball 1. So Nick, a couple of hits right-handed, and the walk. Moves over to the left side. The leadoff man has been on in 4 of the 7 innings for the New York Yankees, but they haven't been able to have that big inning. Nick Swisher, another base hit to right field. Derek Jeter's going to stay at second base. So Nick Swisher having a night after a tough night last night, 3 for 3 with a walk.
Well, just like he said before the game, I passed him near the Yankee clubhouse. He said, today's a new day. After striking out 4 times last night in Texas in the Yankee victory, Swish is contributing with 3 hits and a base. He hasn't been retired tonight. 3 hits and a walk.
First and second, nobody out here in the 7th inning for Mark Teixeira. Was going to face Kanakoa Teixeira against Mark Teixeira.
A little different spelling.
Just misses with a fastball, ball 1.
See, Mark has an eye there.
Again, Mark, a switch hitter, moving over to the left side for the first time tonight. A nice situation, first and second, nobody out. He hits a fly ball to center field. Meyer going back again, carrying. Derek Jeter tags at second base. He's going to cruise into third. Mark Teixeira has hit the ball hard tonight, has a sacrifice fly and an RBI. A couple of good swings. We'll bring up cleanup hitter Alex Rodriguez, first and third, 1 out. Yankees leading 3-1 on the top of the 7th. Alex tonight 0 for 3, fly out, strikeout, and reached on an error.
It's one of those RBI situations. You're looking for something you can drive, get up in the air to the outfield with authority. Sometimes you might get a boost and get one out.
Yeah, this game has the feeling, Kenny, one big swing and it's over. Obviously a 3-1 game, still tight. Alex takes a fastball for strike one. Yankees scored one in the second, one in the third, one in the fourth. Royals came back with their lone run in the bottom of the fourth. Philip Humber getting loose in the Royal bullpen. The 0-1 Alex Rodriguez. Good swing, fouls off a fastball.
And we heard that pitch by Humber in the bullpen. It still had the acoustics out there, not quite the way it used to be. And it used to be that tunnel. It sounded like you were throwing 200 miles an hour. Not as good as it used to be.
It used to be loud.
It sounded like thunder.
Guys have come out of the bullpen, Kenny, all their chest puffed out, thinking they had a good fastball that night.
Somebody would turn it around.
So Alex in the hole, 0-2, takes a fastball down and in. You think, Kenny, little situational at bat right here, behind in the count 1-2. Just try to put the ball in play, preferably get it up in the air. Derek Jeter at third, and Nick Swisher at first, taking his lead. The 1-2 to Alex Rodriguez, another sinker that misses down. See Teixeira trying to get that ground ball for a possibility of a double play to get out of the inning. Alex Rodriguez looking for something up in the zone. Make sure you get the ball in the air, maybe pick up a sacrifice fly.
Let's see if Joe Girardi has Swisher on the move here. That's one way you stay out of a double play that would get the Royals out of the inning. If not here, maybe 3-2.
Nick not running. Another sinker just misses down and away. So Alex Rodriguez works his way back to a full count after being behind 0-2.
All right, now Robbie Thompson's gone through the signs. Alex has seen him, so has Nick Swisher.
Got to believe Nick Swisher will be on the move. Full count with one out. And Alex has seen all sinking fastballs from Teixeira. We'll see if he comes with it 3-2. Swisher is running, and it's a ground ball to Betemit at third. The only play is to first. So Alex Rodriguez gets the job done, driving in Derek Jeter. Nick Swisher advancing to second.
Here's the pitch by pitch brought to you by Suzuki Kazashi, and here's how you do it. Here's that strike poured into by Teixeira, then the foul pitch, and it's 0-2. He's in trouble. Pitch is low. He's trying to get the ground ball like Flash said. There's another pitch low. Count levels at 2-2. 3-2 now, and now with Nick Swisher on the move, the Yankees can avoid the double play and get an extra run out of it. A-Rod picks up an RBI, his 91st of the year. See, that's it. You know, going to 3-2, set that up.
Well, Alex Rodriguez picks up his 91st RBI of the year. Nick Swisher advances to second. It opens up first base, so Robinson Cano will be intentionally walked. Marcus Timms on deck.
This is his 12th intentional walk of the year, and now a career high for Robinson Cano, 40 base on balls.
Marcus Timms will get the opportunity to hit here. Joe Girardi has some options on the bench. Lance Berkman, Brett Gardner. Marcus Timms been swinging a hot bat lately. 2 big hits last night off a couple of righties, so he's going to get an opportunity here with 2 outs. First and second, Nick Swisher at second, Robinson Cano at first, and the Yankees leading 4-1. Good fastball, swing and a miss.
Yeah, I would have thought the number one option, if he was going to pinch hit for him, which he definitely is not, it would have been Lance Berkman.
Yeah.
Because Gardner's going to be used for a defensive replacement late in the game if the Yankees have the lead.
Joe Girardi sticking with Marcus Timms. He gets another fastball, gets underneath it. Alex Gordon in left field. Looks like he's going to settle underneath it. So Wilson Betemit made an error. Derek Jeter got on base. Alex Rodriguez drove him in.
The 14-piece fan feast at KFC. 14 original recipe or grilled drumsticks and thighs. 2 large mashed potatoes and gravy, large coleslaw, and 6 biscuits, just $19.99. Feed 6 for less than $3.50 each, with enough for leftovers. The 14-piece fan feast, just $19.99 at KFC.
If you were a candy man with eyes made of gumdrops, a heart filled with marzipan, then I'd tell you so soft that I wouldn't share, 'cause no one can have you but me. You're so sweet, you're so sweet.
Sweet Million is sweeter than sweet, which is sweet. Sweet Million from the New York Lottery. Your best chance to win $1 million for $1.
Introducing the all-new 2011 Ford Fiesta. Sporty ride, totally loaded, 40 miles per gallon. It's a pretty big deal for the Big Apple. One winner will drive this Yankee Edition Fiesta home from the game on August 20th. Enter the Drive One Home sweepstakes at your Tri-State Ford dealer. The Yankee Edition Fiesta. Drive one.
Nancy Newman in our Yes Studios with your Tri-State Ford update. The Red Sox and Blue Jays finished up their series this afternoon, and what a game it was. Jays staging the comeback in the ninth. That is Fred Lewis sealing the deal. Jacoby Ellsbury making the catch, but Aaron Hill tags up and crosses the plate. The winning run scores on the walk-off sac fly by Lewis. Jays a winner 6-5, avoiding the sweep with the loss. Red Sox fall 5.5 back. We're watching the AL Central to the winner a one-game edge in the division.
Thank you very much, Nancy. Hey, fans, this Sunday, don't miss an all-new Yankees on Deck presented by Tops Attacks. Get a behind-the-scenes look at the Yes Network studios and hang out with the Yankees strength and conditioning coach to see how the players stay in tip-top shape. It's the Emmy Award-winning Yankees on Deck, all new Sunday at noon, only on Yes. Bottom of the 7th here in Kansas City. The Yankees added another run. They now lead 4-1 on our Verizon wireless scoreboard. 9 hits for the Yankees, 7 for the Royals. A couple of errors for the Royals that have proved costly. CC Sabathia back to work. Alex Gordon first pitch swinging, foul ball.
I like the way Gordon has swung the bat tonight. He's had a booming double to the gap in left center. He also hit the ball well to left field, using the whole field. You know, maybe it was a good thing he got sent back to the minors. Last year he spent most of the time in the major leagues and struggled somewhat. This year maybe a wake-up call.
A few years ago we were talking about him as the face of the franchise. Kind of taking a couple of steps backwards, and you're right, Kenny. Maybe not the worst thing in the world to go back down. Maybe a little wake-up call, get your confidence back.
As an all-star at AAA and the PCL.
Talked about Ned Yost watching his young players face the lefty CC Sabathia, dropping a slider in there for a strike. Got to believe he's been happy with Gordon's approach, like you said, hitting the ball hard the other way a couple of times.
Yeah, when Gordon came up, he was a third baseman, and of course, any third baseman here, a young third baseman, going to be compared to George Brett. And in a way that's not fair. That's almost like placing too much weight on a young player's shoulders.
The 1-2 fastball up that misses.
And when you look here at Kauffman Stadium, they put in that new Royals Hall of Fame out in left field. Retired numbers sit proudly up there. You got Frank White, Dick Hauser, and George Brett's retired numbers. There they are. So that's one of the attractions for the fans that come to this ballpark.
Good slider from CC Sabathia, swing and a miss. Only the third strikeout of the night for CC Sabathia. Good slider down and away.
Oh, this is nasty. This is tough for any hitter to handle. Down and away. It looks like a strike until about right there it disappears.
One out will bring up second baseman Mike Aviles. Had a base hit and an RBI with 2 outs. The only run that CC Sabathia has given up.
Now, we talked about how the Royals do not walk very often, and they do not strike out very often. In a way, that helps CC Sabathia by not getting strikeouts, because the Royals are putting the ball in play, and he's only thrown 77 pitches here in the 7th inning with 1 out. Ooh, man, gassing it up tonight. There's some high octane flowing from that left arm. Can it get on top of this one? You see the look on his face? What am I supposed to do with that?
He can hit a fastball, but he can't hit one up there. 98 miles an hour. And CC ahead in the count 0-2. Looks like he's going to go with another high fastball.
Another 98. CC's up there with the temperature today.
I talked in the scouting report possibility of this being a trap game for CC Sabathia. Obviously not. Ooh, good slider, just misses. It's a 3-run lead here in the 7th inning. Pitch count in good shape. 51 strikes, only 29 balls. Doesn't get much better than that. The 2-2, another fastball fouled off. He's got the attendance, Kenny, 23,337. Nice crowd here in Kansas City. Looking forward to a nice weekend of baseball here. 2-2. Avila is the short, or the third base. I'm sorry. Alex Rodriguez over across the diamond for the second out here in the 7th inning. Looks like a changeup.
Yeah, it looked like CC got him out in front. Slow roller to A-Rod at third base. Talk about the attendance, 23,337. The Royals average 20,562. Now, I know this franchise kind of fallen on hard times. They've only had one winning season in the last 14 years. And that was 2003 when Tony Pena was the manager. The Royals got off to a 16-3 start that year.
2 outs will be Mitch Meyer, takes a fastball up.
And that was also the year that Angel Baroa, who was Tony's shortstop, a rookie, beat out Hideki Matsui for Rookie of the Year.
You know what I remember about Tony Pena's clubs? They were aggressive on the base paths. They really forced your defense to make plays. Fastball for strike 1. Tough team to defend. Meyer 0 for 2, fly out, a strikeout. Check swing. Did not go.
CC's got a nice rhythm going. He and Cervelli, just about the same amount of time between each pitch. Not on the attack. Not walking around the mound, rubbing up the ball. Let's go.
2-1, just misses.
Now, getting back to the Royals and their heart, there was a time you didn't want to come here and play the Royals. If you could win 1 out of 3, you felt you had a pretty good series.
3-1 to Meyer. He's swinging, works underneath the fastball, and it looks like CC Sabathia will have an easy 7th inning. 1-2-3. Derek Jeter makes the play. The Yankees lead 4-1. CC Sabathia looking strong through 7.
What would you do for a Klondike Neapolitan bar? That's right. We said Neapolitan.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
You get job benefits, company benefits, even card member benefits. But did you know DirecTV comes with benefits too?
I get instant updates sent to my phone about free offers and exclusive DirecTV content. I joined him on Facebook and I follow him on Twitter.
I use the customer info channel to master my remote and unleash the power of my DVR, all by going to channel 1.
You've got the benefits of the best TV. DirecTV.
Diabetes scared me to death. There's so much to learn. I just shut down. But Liberty walked me through it all. Like when I test at night or after I eat. Makes a big difference.
When it comes to your diabetes supplies, quality and reliability are important. That's why Liberty offers the Accucheck Aviva meter. And it's the only meter and strip combination manufactured in the USA. If you're over 65, have diabetes, and are on Medicare, call now and we'll send you a free meter. It offers alternate site testing, so you can test on your arm. No more pricking your fingers, so it's less painful.
It makes a big difference.
And to make it even less painful, the cost of your diabetes testing supplies may be covered by Medicare. Join over 1 million others who have chosen Liberty Medical. Call now and receive a free AccuCheck Aviva meter. Plus, for a limited time, get a free cookbook when you join.
Call 1-800-273-9135. 1-800-273-9135.
Hey fans, come home to Yankee Stadium in 2010 to see the 27-time world champion New York Yankees in action. On Tuesday, August 17th, the Yankees take on the Tigers, and it's plush whistle night. The first 18,000 fans in attendance will receive a plush Yankees whistle, courtesy of PC Richard & Son. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com, visit the Yankee Stadium ticket window, Yankees Clubhouse shops, or call Ticketmaster at 877-469-9849.
New pitcher for the Kansas City Royals. It's going to be Greg Holland, a young right-hander coming in out of the bullpen. And he'll be facing Austin Kearns. Limited numbers. He was in the minor leagues. Played in one game. That was against the Oakland A's. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. In fact, that was on August 2nd. Made his major league debut in Oakland. And he came in the ball game just as he is doing tonight in the 8th inning. Retired Rajai Davis, the first batter he faced in the big leagues. Pitch is a little high for a ball. And then the next 4 guys got on.
Yeah, I guess that was the good news, getting Davis out.
Yeah, and then he gave up his first big league home run to Coco Crisp. And we all know that sometimes Coco can be hot. Here's a 1-1 pitch. And that is inside, ball 2, 2-1.
Well, he's got a good fastball, 98 miles an hour. It looks like it's got a little run in on the righties. Going with that split finger grip too. It tells you he's got that as an off-speed pitch.
Holland was 3-3 at AAA. This pitch is hit in the air to right field, and it's hit fairly well. Moving over is Bloomquist, and he makes the catch for 1 out. Check out tomorrow's starting pitchers, brought to you by Fios TV, internet and phone. It's time for Fios. Dustin Mosley gets a start for the Yankees, 2-1, and a good ERA of 3.86. Kyle Davies gets a start for the Kansas City Royals in Game 2 of this 4-game series. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. right here on Yes. Here is Curtis Granderson. Granderson is 2 for 3, a single and a double, and a run batted in. And he takes the first pitch from Holland downstairs, ball 1. Ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes.
Talked about Curtis and his new mechanics a little bit tonight. Kevin Long, the hitting instructor, likes his lower half.
3-0.
Kind of gets that front foot down early, so he didn't want to make any changes there. It's more the upper body and his hands. Get a good look from the side here. He wants his hands to start off on his back shoulder, which they are. That way they only go back a little bit, a little simpler.
Taken all the way, and that is a 4-pitch walk handed out to Curtis Granderson. And of course, he represents stolen base type speed at first base. Cervelli's 0 for 3. He's reached on the fielder's choice, flied to right field, and grounded to second. He's done a pretty good job of handling CC Sabathia tonight, as he usually does with a pitcher. Pitchers love to throw to him. Check on Granderson at first, who's back easily.
You get the feeling there might be a possibility of a hit and run here. I mean, Cervelli handles the bat well. You mentioned Granderson runs well. Yankees a 4-1 lead, so it's still a close ball game. Maybe you get some action on the base paths, possibility of a little first to third.
Not going, and the pitch is inside for a ball. And the veteran going out to talk to the youngster. You know, sometimes, Flash, I guess you as a veteran catcher would go out to the mound and talk to these young pitchers, and they get that glazed over eyeball look.
You could tell right away when you look at them if they're actually hearing what you're saying. But It looks like Holland falls off the mound a little bit towards the first base dugout. Maybe Jason had a little mechanical reminder for him. Keep him pitching through home plate. Try to get yourself a ground ball here.
Granderson's going. The pitch is swung on and fouled off by Cervelli. So there's the hit and run you were talking about.
Yeah, you kind of had that feeling. It was a good combination. Cervelli got an off-speed pitch. Actually did a nice job fouling it off, protecting Curtis Granderson. Good spot to do it. You have a 3-run lead. You're Joe Girardi. You can be aggressive, make some things happen, try to have a big inning.
1 out, 1 on for the Yankees here in the top of the 8th. Long hold by Holland. Granderson's going again, and the Yankees try to hit and run once again, and this one's fouled off.
Well, that was the one right there. Cervelli had a good pitch to drive the other way. Fastball middle. You got to do is shoot it the other way. He tried to, just a little late, fouled it off, but he got a pitch to do it on right down the middle. It's a little late.
The Royals countered by having the shortstop cover, and you know, when you're a hitter, you can see that slight bit of movement, and you can adjust your swing somewhat to get the ball to the other side of the field. Try and pull it. You don't have to hit it hard. There's a hole there. Throw to first. Granderson dives back safely.
Always thought this was tough, Kenny, when you had a young pitcher out there trying to control the running game and still being able to execute your pitch at the plate. And that's going to be the problem for Jason Kendall behind the plate with a kid like Holland. Keeping Granderson close at first and still being able to execute a quality pitch to the hitter.
Granderson's not going. Pitches hit on the ground to short. Could be 2. Betancourt to Aviles. On the Butler. Not in time. Cervelli beats the relay. So the inning will continue.
Yeah, a little bobble from Betancourt there, and we've seen the Royals why they're not the best defensive club in the American League. He has a little trouble getting it out of his glove, and that cost the Royals. A good throw from Aviles, the second baseman. But the little bobble costing Betancourt and the Royals a possibility of a double play, and Cervelli runs good for a catcher, able to beat it out.
Yeah, when I work with you, you say that at least once a game.
You got to get it in there.
Yeah. Here's Derek Jeter, who scored a couple of runs tonight and taken over the league lead in runs scored. He is 1 for 4. Takes a pitch, and it's in there for a strike. 84 times now he has crossed home plate. Cervelli at first with 2 outs. Young Mr. Greg Holland on the mound. Pitches hit through the hole and into right field for his base hit. Cervelli turns at second. He's going to hold on there, and Jeter has his second hit of the night. The Yankee captain is now 2 for 5.
Nothing new for Derek Jeter, being able to take a fastball and drive it the other way. Said Kenny's second hit of the night. You just keep thinking here with the Royals having that possibility of turning a double play. The good teams always make you pay for those mistakes. Derek Jeter extending the inning with a base hit to right field. First and second with 2 outs.
Well, they had a team meeting on the mound there. Just about everybody in the infield and the catcher Kendall are on the mound along with Greg Holland. I don't know what they could be talking about. Nick Swisher's at the plate, and Nick hasn't been retired tonight. 3 singles, and he's drawn a walk. He's gotten his average up 5 points. He's hitting .298 now, with a chance to knock on the door 300. Well, he actually is knocking on the door, trying to get to 300. Yankees threatening here in the 8th inning. They already lead it 4-1. Jeter's hit was number 10 for the Yankees tonight. And Swisher takes, and that is in there for a call strike. Flash, when we last saw the Royals at Yankee Stadium, they had an outfield of Scott Pasednik, Rick Ankiel, and Jose Guillen. All 3 of those players are now gone. Pasednik to the Dodgers, Ankiel to the Braves, and Guillen looking for a job. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's inside. Count it evens at a ball and a strike. In fact, all of them had big series against the Yankees. And Keel homered. Guillen hit a long homer into the second deck in left field, and the Yankees couldn't get Posednik out. Swing and a miss. Looked like a changeup, and it's a ball and 2 strikes.
And a good one, 89 miles an hour, but it looked like it had a nice little split. Let's see, Kyle Farnsworth as well traded to the Braves. What do you think? Jose Guillen designated for assignment. You think he'll find a job, Kenny? I mean, it's a dangerous right-handed bat.
And you would think one of these teams that's going down the stretch and either looking for a DH or somebody who can pinch hit off the bench, or at least the other teams would be afraid of.
Yeah.
Swisher swings at a pitch in the dirt and is struck out. And there's a throw to first to complete the strikeout of Swisher and complete the top half of the 8th for the Yankees. They leave a couple of runners. It's on to the bottom of the 8th with a 3-run lead.
I've had 4 Toyotas. My family has had 9, 10, 11 Toyotas. And I think at one point we had up to 15. It's just been an incredible value.
While the value of a Toyota may last, the amazing deals and great selection won't during Toyota's National Clearance Event. And right now at your Toyota dealer, you can get a $249 a month lease on a new 2010 Venza, or choose the safe and reliable 2011 Sienna and get a $269 a month lease. Toyota, value to move you forward.
It says turn right. It says you like soft rock.
It says you like cool jams.
I do like cool jams.
It says you're not real. Sorry.
It says Mackenzie Allard got that exact same dress.
It says it's the second switch.
AT&T feels everyone should have access on the go, so we're making mobile broadband more affordable. Introducing new smartphone data plans starting at only $15. AT&T. Rethink possible.
Every cigarette is doing you damage. This is part of an aorta, the main artery from the heart. Smoking makes artery walls sticky and collect dangerous fatty deposits. This much was found stuck to the aortal wall of a smoker aged 32. Every cigarette is doing you damage. For help quitting, talk to your doctor or visit nysmokefree.com.
Nobody delivers office supplies faster or for less than WB Mason. With free next-day delivery and in many locations, free same-day delivery, WB Mason is the one office supplier that really delivers. Who but WB Mason?
Hey fans, tonight and throughout the Yankee season on Yes, we're asking you to vote along with us for the Chevy Player of the Game. Text your vote to 58772 or vote online at yesnetwork.com. Tonight's candidates are CC Sabathia, Austin Kearns, Curtis Granderson, and Derek Jeter. And you will find out who is the Chevy Player of the Game on the postgame show. Here are the changes for the Yankees defensively. Brett Gardner goes into the game in left field. Austin Kearns goes from left to right. And that's it. CC Sabathia still on the mound for the Yankees. He'll face Willie Bloomquist, who is 2 for 2. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Yankees leading 4-1. They took the lead in the second inning. They haven't given it back since. Bloomquist swings at the first, but gets a high hop to Derek Jeter. And Bloomquist is thrown out. First time he's been retired. Fans, the Yankees and the other teams are competing for a $200,000 Pepsi Refresh grant as part of the Pepsi Refresh project. Out to Play's mission is to build and refurbish playgrounds and public school sites throughout New York City. CC Sabathia and the Yankees are asking fans to support the efforts of Out to Play by voting at www.mlb.com/Pepsi Refresh. Or you can also text Yankees 76462 to vote. You can vote up to 25 times per day. First pitch is inside to Wilson Betemit. So CC Sabathia trying to help build some playgrounds in the city. Here's Betemit, who took over at third base and grounded out to Sabathia in his only at bat tonight. Hits this one well to right center field. This is Kearns on the run. I don't know if he's going to get there. He won't. And this ball is off the wall. Granderson comes up with it, guns it into Cano, but Betemit's going to have himself a booming double to the gap in right center field.
We talked about the Royals do not have a lot of power in their lineup, but we remember Wilson Betemit from his Yankee days. He can drive the ball a long way. Gets a fastball out over the plate. Like you said, Kenny makes solid contact. Almost drives it out of here, but it'll be an easy double.
Betemit's first ever at bat for the Yankees was a home run. Here's Jason Kendall. He's had a couple of hits, a single in the first, a single in the third. He's also popped out. That came in the fifth inning, 2 for 3. And he takes the first pitch a little outside for ball 1.
Well, Austin Kearns has moved from left field to right field with Jason Kendall hitting. He might be playing a little bit too deep. He's playing pretty much average right field, but Kendall, not a lot of power, really flips the ball to right field.
And he's taking all the way there, and that's in there for a strike. By the way, for Betemit, that was his 11th double and 124 at bats. Here's a look at Kearns in right.
I'm surprised he's playing pretty much straight up, Kenny. I thought maybe he'd be playing a little bit shallow. Sure, trying to stay away from the big hit, but Kendall does not drive the ball the other way. It's more ground ball line drive.
Kendall old school, no batting gloves. CC misses again, and it's 2 balls and a strike. The Yankee bullpen's getting busy out in left field. Jabba Chamberlain got a baseball in his hand, and Joaquin Soria, the Royals closer, is up in their bullpen.
You see the pitch count for CC still manageable at 93, but that last slider may be one of the worst pitches he has thrown all night. Maybe a sign of fatigue here in the heat.
Little pop-up towards center field. Coming on is Granderson, and he makes the catch. A running catch by Granderson on a looper that looked like it was destined to fall in, and now there are 2 outs.
Kendall just gets blocked this ball off the center field, gets jammed, and Curtis Granderson got a great jump. And with his speed, he's going to make up a lot of real estate to make the play. That play was made with the jump off the bat.
So 2 outs now. Betemit at second and bring up Billy Butler. Butler is 0 for 3, got a 6-game hitting streak going. And he takes a fastball upstairs for ball 1.
If you're CC Sabathia, obviously you have a 3-run lead. You have 2 outs. First base is open. You have a lefty on deck. Be a little careful here.
That is David Robertson. Won't take long to heat up tonight. Sabathia behind on the count, 2-0 to Butler. Ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes, and CC with a puzzled look on his face.
Take another look at the pitch. It's a fastball, borderline down. I thought that ball was down a little bit. Gary Cederstrom has done a good job all night. Looked like CC wasn't happy with that call.
He's got to fight his way back against a tough hitter here. You don't want to bring the tying run to the plate. That's my thought, even if it is a left-handed hitter. There's a call strike, and it's 3-1. Gaialua has some power. Mentioned all the home runs he hit in the minors, and was having a good year at AAA this year. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and Butler takes ball 4, and the tying run will come to the plate. Second walk handed out by CC Sabathia. And here comes Dave Island, and this is so CC can catch a breather here late in the ball game. And while we do that, we'll remind you this copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Now, CC's next pitch will be pitch number 100. Kaiahua. Kayla. CC could be looking for a K here.
Yeah, we've seen CC all night pitching him inside with fastballs and trying to get him to swing and miss at the slider down and away. Dangerous part about that, Kenny, and you mentioned it, if you make a mistake inside with a fastball and he cheats, could be the possibility of a 3-run home run and a tie ball game.
Kaiahua is just 3 for his last 28. Little broken bat roller right back to CC, and 1 pitch and he's out of the inning. The Royals will leave 2 men on base. CC Sabathia has allowed 1 run in 8 innings. It's on to the 9th.
Antiques can be nice, but you wouldn't want an antique computer, or an antique TV, or an antique remote control. So why are you still using an antique cable network created in 1948 for your 2010 TV? It's time to hook your TV up to 100% fiber optics. It's time for Fios. Visit Verizon.com/Fios.
The Rockies run down the length of America like a backbone. And for almost 140 years now, that's where we've brewed our Coors Banquet beer, using only Rocky Mountain water and the best high country barley. That's something we refuse to change. And that's what having a backbone is all about. Coors, the banquet beer.
Most car commercials tell you what to think. In this one, people told us what they think about Hyundai, uncensored.
Nice.
Hey.
I like this one a lot.
It passed my test. I want this car. What kind of car is it?
Hyundai. Hyundai, like Sunday.
That's right, Hyundai like Sunday.
You got it. Now get one, like the 2010 Genesis, with Hyundai Assurance, including America's best warranty. Now, for a limited time, you can lease the Genesis for $399 a month at your local Hyundai dealer.
We asked and you answered. The My Yes Online fan community is blowing up, and you've been posting your photos and videos in record numbers. Now you can catch a glimpse of your pinstripe portraits in upcoming Yes commercials and shows. And remember to keep them coming at MyYesNetwork.com, your online home for true blue Yankees fans.
Well, fans, this Sunday catch an all-new WB Mason presents the Joe Girardi Show as the skipper breaks down this week's road trip against the Rangers and the Royals and answers your questions about the week that was. It's the Joe Girardi Show, all new Sunday at 6, only on Yes. Well, the Royals bring in their closer, Joakim Soria. And the first pitch to Mark Teixeira is inside for ball 1. Now, his last appearance was August the 7th. There haven't been very many save situations for the Royals lately, and he's been pitching in games where they've been trailing. His pitch is fouled off. Teixeira breaks a bat. Soria, an all-star, one of the best closers in the league. And look at his save total. The Royals have only won 47 games. He's saved 31 of them.
51 strikeouts.
So he's getting a chance to work in the first game of this 4-game series, and he's going to face the heart of the Yankee order. Teixeira, Rodriguez, and Cano. Teixeira tonight has a run batted in on a sac fly. He's 0 for 3. Good swing at that one and fouled it back, and it's a ball and 2 strikes.
Soria has that fastball that kind of jumps on you. You can see he's not lighting up the radar gun, low 90s. But he's got some life through the zone. Tough at bat.
There's a lot of talk of teams that might have want to pick him up in a deal. That breaking ball hangs outside. It's 2-2.
Relief pitchers are at such a premium now, especially at the deadline. You'd have to overpay to get a guy like this.
Two-two pitch and a bouncy ball right back to the pitcher. Soria has it on to Butler, and there's 1 out. Traveling this season, take the Yankees with you. Subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every Yankee game live or on demand on your computer. Visit Yankees.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. We are in Kansas City. And here's Alex Rodriguez looking for his first hit of the night. He does have a run batted in. He is 0 for 4. Closing in on yet another 100 RBI season. First pitch is low and inside for ball 1. He's had 13 in a row.
Not bad.
Yeah. But last year, the way he got to 100 was simply amazing. Pitches fouled back. Last game of the season, came in with 93 runs batted in and drove in 7 runs in 1 inning to get to 100.
He's only faced Soria 3 times, but 2 hits. I'll tell you what, that swing he just had, he was right on that fastball, fouled it straight back. Probably the best swing Alex has taken all night.
Ball hit hard on the ground for Aviles. He has it, and that's going to be 2 up and 2 down for the Yankees here tonight. Robinson Cano's looking for his first hit, but he's been walked twice, once intentionally. Said Cano's 3rd in the American League in hits with 143. Ichiro's ahead of him, along with Josh Hamilton, who leads the league in hits for the Texas Rangers. 2 outs, nobody on, 9th inning. Yankees leading by 3, and the first pitch is inside to Robinson Cano. 92-mile-an-hour fastball.
Looked like it had a little cut in on the hands of Robinson Cano also, so he's got some life through the zone and a little movement.
Ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes.
Penny, I don't see anybody warming in the Yankee bullpen. Possibility CC Sabathia going to go back out there for the 9th.
Cano fouls one off. Now the Yankees have 2 complete games this year. Everybody seems to be just chilling, going a warm night. CC, he's still in the dugout. Yankees have 2 complete games this year. CC has both of them. Through 8 innings, he's thrown 100 pitches. Ground ball off of Soria. Butler has it. Flips to Soria, and he got him. Well, Soria takes one off the shins, but gets Cano out. Robinson robbed of a hit that looked like it was headed through the middle. Can CC complete it? Come back for the bottom of the 9th.
The 3 Series exemplifies the essence of BMW. It has the ingredients of the perfect sports sedan.
Everything is balanced, everything works in harmony, everything is perfectly engineered. That's why car and driver staff buy this car more than any other.
Get 0.9% financing, or for the first time ever, pay nothing down on a well-equipped 2011 BMW 3 Series sedan.
I say, hey, I'll be gone today, but I'll be back from around the way. Seems like everywhere I go, the more I see, the less I know. But I know one thing, that I love you. I say, hey, I'll be gone today, but I'll be back from around the way.
During the Honda clearance event, you can save on any Civic, the most durable, longest-lasting car in its class. These offers are the only thing from Honda that won't last. It's called the knock.
Yankee Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by your Tri-State Volkswagen dealers. Visit tristatevw.com. By Avis, the official rental car company of the Yankees. And by Pepsi. The Yankees are competing for a $200,000 Pepsi Refresh grant. Vote today at MLB.com/Pepsi Refresh. CC Sabathia trying to pitch a complete game, which would be his third of the year. He'll face Unieski Betancourt leading off here in the ninth inning. And Betancourt takes the first pitch upstairs, ball one. CC came into the ninth inning with 100 pitches. Betancourt, Gordon, and Aviles. And you can see he hasn't thrown more than 17 pitches in an inning. That came in the fourth. The 1-0 pitch, and it misses. 2 balls and no strikes to Betancourt.
Season high for pitches for CC Sabathia, 123 against Cleveland. Still got plenty of room there.
Well, with a 3-run lead, Mariano Rivera is nailed to the bullpen bench. David Robertson's up. Ball hit hard. A-Rod has it on one hop. And Betancourt is thrown out. Nice play by the Yankee third baseman. 1 down.
CC gets behind in the count, throws a fastball in there. Betancourt, and it's a reaction position over there at third base. Nice reaction by Alex Rodriguez. The easy toss across the diamond, 1 hop, and an easy play.
You know, A-Rod has time when he did on those patented hot smashes, when he wipes his hand, his bare hand on his hip before throwing the ball, just to make sure there's no sweat or grime on his hand. Here's Alex Gordon, who is 1 for 3. And he takes a pitch inside, ball 1.
Slider has kind of gotten away from CC Sabathia here at the end of the game. He's missed badly with a few of them. See if he just stays with the fastball with a 3-run lead.
There's a little looper in the center field for a base hit, and Gordon has his second hit of the night. He's been swinging the bat well. The Royals now with 9 hits in the game.
Joe Girardi would love to give his bullpen a night off, but fans, coming up after the final out, catch a WB Mason postgame with Nancy Newman and Kim Jones and get a recap of this game with the Royals and the team's reaction from the clubhouse. Plus, a look at the playoff races with highlights from around the league. It's all coming up on the WB Mason postgame only on Yes.
Mike Aviles fouls off the first pitch. Strike 1. CC's other complete games. Well, actually, they were back-to-back. April the 16th against Texas at Yankee Stadium, 5-1 rain-shortened complete game. And then he went all the way at Oakland on April the 22nd in a loss. 8 innings in a 4-2 loss to the A's. This pitch is fouled back, and Aviles is in the hole. No balls and 2 strikes. Complete games, well, they're becoming a vanishing breed. Bullpen specialists, setup men, highly paid. You have to use them. Save your starters. The 0-2 pitch. Little looper towards right field, and this is going to fall in for a base hit. Gordon will advance to second, and he's going to stop there. So CC in a bit of a jam here. Dave Island's going to come out, talk to CC. He's got a left-handed hitter coming up, and Mitch Meyer, who so far tonight has flied to left, struck out, and popped to short. So a little bit of advice, maybe a little bit of a respite. CC now has thrown 108 pitches, but there are 2 on and 1 out. Here in the ninth, the Yankees leading by 3.
It's kind of tough. I mean, he's given up a couple of hits here in the 9th inning, but they have not been hit hard. A little jam shot from Gordon. Aviles a little off the end of the bat to right field. David Robertson, I'm sure, is ready in the bullpen.
You get the feeling that with a right-handed hitter coming up next, and then Wilson Betemit, I don't think CC would get a chance to face Betemit. But here's Meyer, who is 0 for 3. And he takes one up and in for ball 1. CC trying to get the Yankees off to a good start in this 4-game series. 1-1 pitch, broken bat roller to the right side. Teixeira goes for the force at second, and that's all the Yankees are going to get. But now the Royals are down to their last out. Gordon goes to third, and Myers is safe at first on the fielder's choice. And here comes Joe Girardi. There will not be a complete game. Well, the right-handed hitter coming up, he wants the right-handed pitcher. And here comes David Robertson to try and end this ball game. The Yankees leading 4-1.
See you, buddy. Pardon me. These vets must be here for the parade.
Would you look at that? Paying to have a designer's name all over your luggage. What is that?
Excuse me, sir. Whose name is on your duffel bag?
My name, Connor Bryant.
Now that's deserving a piece of the High Life.
Miller High Life is saluting vets of Iraq and Afghanistan. Now, for every bottle cap return, 10 cents will be donated to help give vets a piece of the High Life.
If it was simply about money, every bank loan would be a guarantee of success. At GE Capital, loaning money is the start of the relationship, not the end. I work with players every day. At GE Capital, we succeed only when they do.
Woo! Awesome! Yes!
We've got to get you out of the office more often.
My turn to drive.
That's right. TGI Fridays has a new Caribbean menu. Get a free $10 Fridays gift card when you buy 2 Caribbean entrees. A free $10 gift card. Now that's island hospitality. Only at Fridays.
This car insurance company offers education discounts. Sounds great. I am a high school grad.
Yeah, but you have to be a college grad to qualify.
So high school doesn't count.
Not to us.
Rates should be based on how well you drive, not how well you're educated. Cure Auto Insurance.
Well, tomorrow the Yankees continue this series against the Royals here in Kansas City. Complete coverage starts at 7 with batting practice today, presented by Audi and the Tri-State Ford pregame. Then John and I are back to bring you all the action. The Yankees and the Royals tomorrow night at 7, only on Yes. CC Sabathia, 8 2/3 innings. He allowed just 1 run. The 2 runners are on base. His responsibility. 9 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 2 walks. If the Yankees can hold on here, David Robertson gets the job done. CC would pick up his 15th win of the year, and this is a save situation for David Robertson, who is yet to record one this year. He did have a save last year. So this would not be a major league first for him. It would be his 2nd career save. He's facing Willie Bloomquist, who has singled twice and grounded to short. Bloomquist doesn't waste time. He's been swinging early in the count.
Goes up there swinging.
And the runner from first, Meyer, is headed to second. The Yankees just let him go. Defensive indifference.
Mariano Rivera worked the last 2 ball games in Texas, so he's going to get a night off tonight. David Robertson an opportunity to finish this one out.
Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that misses. 2 balls and no strikes.
Bloomquist, a guy who doesn't have a lot of power, only 2 home runs. Bedamede on deck does have power. Want to make sure you go right at Bloomquist here.
Pitch is lined into right center field. It's going to be in there for a base hit. And more. Bloomquist is headed for second, and the Royals have scored 2 runs to make it a 4-3 ball game. So Bloomquist with a double with 2 down, and the Royals are that much closer.
And all of a sudden things get interesting. Those 2 runners will be charged to CC Sabathia. Bloomquist has had a nice night. He got ahead in the count of David Robertson. He knew he was going to get a fastball. Bedamede on deck. He gets it and he drives it the other way. Does not try to do too much. Now if you're the Yankees and David Robertson, you really got to earn it here.
Bloomquist's 3rd hit of the night, his 6th double of the year. And you give him 2 runs batted in. And he represents a tying run at second. Chad Godin's warming up. And Wilson Bedamede will get a chance to hit. Bedamete took over in the leadoff spot for an injured Gregor Blanco and has gone 1 for 2. He's grounded back to the mat and then hit a double. He hit the double batting right-handed. Now he jumps over to the other side of the plate.
Tough situation here. Kenny Wilson Bedamete 331. Be a tough at bat, and then you have the right-handed hitting veteran Jason Kendall on deck.
Starts him with a breaking ball and misses ball 1. Bedamete has hit well from both sides of the plate with the Royals. Over 300 from both sides.
Now you have first base open, so you can be careful with Bedamete, but Kendall on deck, a guy who will put the ball in play. Won't hit a home run against you, but will give you a tough at bat.
A 1-0 pitch and the breaking ball. That one drops in there for a call strike, and it's 1-1.
Good pitch from David Robertson. If you can drop a few curveballs in there early, you might be able to run a fastball by Bedamete late.
Royals have the tying run at second with 2 outs here in the 9th inning. Fastball hits the inside corner, and it's 1-2. Royals are down to their last strike.
Kenny, we've seen Bedamete when he was a Yankee. He will expand the strike zone. He'll swing at pitches up. He'll swing at a curveball down in the dirt. Don't give him anything to hit here ahead 1-2.
The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, little chopper. This is going to be a tough play. Robertson off the mound. Bobbles should not throw it and does not. And Bedamete's going to have himself an infield single. And the tying run moves over to third base. Little squibber off the end of the bat. And the inning continues.
Disappointing for David Robertson. He did everything right against Bedamete, made quality pitches, and gets a positive end result, a little number off the end of the bat. But once he does not get the grip, he does the right thing by not trying to make a play. Worst thing you want to do there is rush a throw and throw it away. Nice job just eating it, making sure you don't make a mistake. Now you go to work against a veteran, Jason Kendall.
Chris Getz is going to run for Bedamete at first base, and he has speed. Getz, the pinch runner.
A lot of things can happen here. First and third. Getz could try to steal second base. Bloomquist at third runs well.
Kendall makes contact. First pitch is outside for ball 1. The Royals with 2 runs here in the bottom of the 9th have made it a close one. It's now a 4-3 Yankee lead.
Tell you what, Kenny, a lot's going through Francisco Cervelli's head behind the plate. You got the possibility of a double steal. You have a curveball from Robertson. You have to block, keep in front of you.
There's a pitch for a call strike, and it's 1-1. Kendall 2 for 4. Singled in his first 2 at-bats. Breaking ball, and he foul tipped it. That's sort of a weak swing, and it's 1-2.
They expect Jason Kendall to put the ball in play. It's a curveball. Cervelli's got to be thinking keep it in front. Kendall just fouls it off, and this is where he gets tough with 2 strikes. Fights the ball off. Got the hole between first and second.
Think you try and pass him upstairs out of the strike zone?
You can. You could try to run a fastball in, but he can block it off the other way.
Fouls one back to the screen, and the count stays at a ball and 2 strikes.
This is where he gets tough. Doesn't try to do too much. He'll just put it in play. You're Francisco Cervelli. You can call the curveball. You want it down in the dirt. You just have to have 100% confidence you can block it. Fastball in and up.
Pitch on the way, and it's inside, and Kendall almost walked into it. Almost took that one in the chin. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, Jason Kendall has been hit by a lot of pitches in his career, and you can see why. He always leans into the plate, wearing that guard on the left elbow. That one up and in, but he will not budge. He'll lean out there again, looking for a curveball or a fastball away.
Runner goes. The pitch is fouled off, and Getz will have to return to first base.
Almost like when he gets 2 strikes, he sits on the off-speed pitches and just tries to foul off the fastball. Tough approach, tough guy to strike out.
CC Sabathia 1 strike away from his 15th win of the year. The pitch hit in the air but foul. If CC gets the win, it'd be the first time in his career that he would win 15 of his first 25 starts. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 men on. The Yankees lead by 1 run. David Robertson trying to pick up his first save of the year. This will be the 8th pitch of this at bat to the veteran Jason Kendall. Breaking ball is swung on and missed. Strike 3, and that'll do it. Robertson picks up his first save. CC Sabathia with his 15th win of the year. And that was a nail-biter in the 9th inning.
I'll tell you what, Kenny, you can't do it any better if you're David Robertson. That last pitch was the best breaking ball he's probably thrown all year. Tight spin, down in the zone, a tough guy to strike out, and he picked up a big strikeout.
Well, you want to stick around for the post-game show to find out who's tonight's Chevy player of the game as the Yankees win this one, and a hard-earned one at that, by a score of 4-3.
Doesn't get any better than this if you're David Robertson. I mean, that's middle, down. And like I said, a tough guy to strike out. CC Sabathia, I'm sure, loved that end result.
So with Mariano Rivera getting a night off after working 2 nights in Texas, it's David Robertson who saves this one for CC Sabathia. The Yankees take the opener of the series by a score of 4-3. They get the jump on the Royals, and now on the season they have a 4-1 record against Kansas City. Right now, let's go down near the Yankee dugout and Kim Jones.
Thank you, Kenny. I am with Austin Kearns. Austin, couple of hits early in this one, including your first home run as a Yankee. What do you remember best about that moment?
Just trying to have a good at bat, you know, full count, and trying to just see the ball and put a good swing on it, and you know, got something up in the zone and got enough of it.
You were in the dugout. You, Kevin Long, and Joe Girardi had a little summit after that home run. What was that conversation, besides a lot of laughing and smiling?
Joe had asked Kevin, I guess, during my at bat, why I don't hit more homers. So it's kind of funny, but you know, we just talked about it, had a good laugh, so it was kind of, you know, a little coincidence.
We're seeing you get more playing time against all these lefties in a row. Are you becoming more and more comfortable, because you look like it?
No, I mean, I feel fine. I'm ready, you know, whenever they put me in there. So, you know, I understand the situation here. It's, you know, it's about winning ball games, and you know, I'll be ready whenever they need me.
How did you handle this tonight? Heat index of 106 at first pitch. One of the Royals outfielders left with high dehydration and heat exhaustion. You're a little perspiring here a bit too. How'd it go?
Well, we were well prepared coming from Texas, so that helped. And like my buddy and old teammate Mike Redmond said, he's like, you just got to fight through the cramping. So so sometimes you just got to battle through it and then see what happens.
Thank you very much, Austin. Kenny, I think there was a lot of fighting going on tonight.
Yeah, fighting and scratching and clawing, and the Yankees held on, and this is how they got the final strikeout as they strike out Jason Kendall. Joe Girardi's reaction as the Yankees take the opening game of the series. We'll be back with more from Kauffman Stadium. The Yankees win it 4-3.